What's happening, guys?
Welcome to the live stream, the Iron Animal Show. I keep messing it up.
The Iron Animal Show. With a
I got
guest
it on the sign right. That's all that counts.
with TNT, and he brought his balls.
TNT brought his ball.
What we got in here? What's going on, Justin? Mr. J? Blackbird?
Blackbird TV, welcome to the chat. Nice snake today.
Heck yeah. Got you a yellow belly?
Apex, welcome to the chat.
2,000 gram yellow belly. Male.
Y'all should probably avoid cutting that bag next time, though. Just kind of grab the end of it and slide it out if you're nervous.
What's going on, Apex? TJ, welcome to the live stream.
All right.
Mary's Pythons, welcome.
Let's see if I can do a layout here.
We got Low Life. Is it Low Life? Yeah. Low Life Exotics.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, Low Life. How you doing tonight?
Did you ever get it figured out, Todd?
Yeah, man, now I'm even more I can share.
We're doing a how did you word that title earlier, Justin?
The Iron Animal Show.
Well, no, on Instagram. What was that post? Calling what?
All breeders and keepers. Seeing who had the balls enough to come up on the panel.
For tonight's discussion.
I'm
Hey,
not
man.
even sure what that is. Isn't it just the good, the bad, and the ugly? Kind of whatever your story is.
Well, I mean, the good side, the bad side, and the ugly side of it, I mean, there's
I definitely cover the ugly side.
there's stuff that, that some people don't talk about, and other people do,
Yeah,
Exactly.
Welcome, Mary. How you doing tonight?
And it's, what I mean? It's like, I feel that if, being a keeper like I am, and breeding like I do, it doesn't matter how hard I try, you're going to have a loss. You know what I mean? You can't keep, like, I've right now doing collections around 100 snakes, and that's hard to keep. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have something go wrong that's out of your control.
Right. Yeah, you're going to
welcome.
You're welcome, Bad Blood. You're going to have slugs in your clutches every once in a while, and you're gonna cut an egg and it's not going to be alive, or you'll lose it halfway through incubation, and then it might come out of the egg and you might feed it, and 2 months later, just for some odd reason.
Exactly. It might even be years later.
Yeah, I had one do the same about a year later. It regurgitated just one meal and it was dead. Fast, Apex, you want to join the live stream?
And anybody's free to cuss at me for my post if you want. It was all right. I was just kind of playing.
Let's see if I can.
What are you trying to do?
I'm putting a link if Apex or Mary or whoever wants to join to talk about this. So Todd, how you been? How's your year going?
Well, honestly, I'm having a great year. I've loved a bumblebee clutch, for instance. I have a bumblebee female. This will be the second year in a row that I bred her. I raised her from a hatchery. It's one of my very first animals I really picked up. She gave me 6 good eggs last year. Great looking baby, healthy, everybody thrived. Then this season, she gave me 7 good eggs. Well, in the beginning, y'all can probably remember the video. I put it up where I had some weak looking things, but it still had, honestly, it was about a 75-25% chance, I figured. 25% chance making it, 75, they dying on me. Well, 3 of them went back. I lost them during incubation within the first 8 days. Well, even though I had a gap between the eggs to where, the 3 I thought was going to go bad from my 4 good, strong vein ones, well, somehow, even though they had the gap, the mold spread. And then, after I lost that egg, then turned around, I lost another egg. Well, eventually, got it under control. Like, I used all the tricks. I even hit up Rob. I even talked to Granddaddy Hertz, everybody. I've done everything I could. It wasn't, maybe I could have done something different, but, yeah, what happened happened. So now I'm down to 2 good eggs. All right, now 7 good ones. And as of right now, they're looking good, but we still got like the 14th. We got to the 14th, so I don't feel like I've done nothing. My male last year gave me good. He's been my stud from day one. Mama was good shape. Daddy was good shape. So I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know what. I don't know if maybe I waited at when I noticed it go bad. I should have took maybe the other one out that had the spot on it too. I used the medicated foot powder, Gold Bond, the whole 9 yards to help. Then,
Well,
my little boy, he asked me, he's like, "What did you?" He thought we did something wrong. We didn't do something. We didn't take care of something right or something. I had to explain to him, it was out of our control. We've done everything we could. Every time we leave an animal around here, it gets buried in the backyard.
right. There's this stuff that unless you go get a necropsy or something done on every one of your snakes that pass away,
Really?
and
Yeah, it's one of those things that's shitty to say, but it is kind of part of the deal. You're gonna have some stuff happen. Especially the more you keep, the more chance you have of something happening.
Exactly.
well, and that was it's hard enough for me to even try to get to a vet for my retic. I don't know what I sat here and thought about it last night and today. Should I take my retic to get a necropsy since she passed away, or no? I just I did what was right. I put her to rest. In the ground. She died on me. So and where are I even going to take it around here? It was bad enough trying to find somebody that would even look at her. That wasn't 2 or 3 hours away.
Yeah.
So,
Here. My clothes takes 2.5 hours. So.
Right. So it's just part of the hobby that unfortunately it's got to be the high investment snakes that do that to you. It couldn't have been $100 ball python. It had to be a $1,250 retic. But it is what it is. That's it's just a gamble. We're gambling. We don't know. Look at honey reptiles. God dang, they all had that shark jaw. That was just kind of weird. But then again, look at him cutting the egg and that sucker hatched, dude, and it's the best looking one out of that clutch. That's crazy.
That's the darkest one. It's crazy. It started out white.
It's just
like this is my motto. Like as far as my hatchlings, if they look like they got any change, any movement in the egg, like I go far and beyond trying to give it that change. But there's also a point to where, us as keepers and breeders, we got to draw that fine line to where it's too much. Where it's suffering and where it's trying to, like. And for me, having a 10-year-old too, I have to use that fine line maybe a little bit more before other people, because not only I got to do right for the animal, but I got to teach him right also. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't want him to grow up in this hobby. I want him, if he does, because he loves it. you guys know how much he loves this hobby.
Right.
Everything from he's the future. So I want to keep him right. You know what I mean? Like, and when I'm in a small town, country town, man, it's like I'm the snake guy. Like for hours and hours, I'm the closest snake guy around.
Right.
It's like I feel like it's an ethical line that I can't cross sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
sad because I've had to do help a couple of times that was suffering that I knew that I couldn't. You know, then there's been times also that I was getting ready to go to the vet, and by the time I got ready to go to the vet, it died.
Right. Right. I mean, well, you know, and now with COVID going on, you know, like I tried, and they weren't open 24 hours, and they're like over 2 hours away, and you know, got to have an appointment. Well, by that time, it was too late. But you know, I mean,
Yeah, I've been poking around here since this happened too, and there's supposed to be a mobile reptile vet somewhere around here.
yeah. See,
They
we
don't know.
don't have.
I couldn't get a name of it yet, but I'm gonna do some research and I'm gonna try to find them. And if there is one, I am gonna contact them and at
Yeah,
least just link up with them in case something does happen.
but see, like
Yes.
in my situation though too. I mean, even with just hatching ball pythons, I mean, if they come out with no eyes or something wrong, but they can be healthy and live, you know what I'm saying? I keep them.
Exactly.
You know, big breeders will put them down; they'll kill them because they don't make no money. You know, and I think that's right where you have to look at: are you in this for just the freaking money? Or are you in it because you love animals? I love animals. I don't care
It,
if it's got no eyes. I'm going to keep it. You know, hey, it's a special baby for a pet, me to keep or whatever, dude. But you know, you got to give it a chance. I mean, but if it's so bad that you know it's going to be in pain, yeah, I understand. But if it can live and
Yeah, I
survive,
think no eyes. I think they'd be fine.
but I mean, overbites, whatever. I mean, look at Mr. Snarfles.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
well, that goes to show like there's a lot of people out there got some things that have minor kinking issues. You have some that have like you said, maybe one eye or no eye, or but I mean,
welcome,
my
Heather.
thing, as long as it's eating and thriving and it ain't affecting it, I'm not gonna, because it's not about the money, really. Like this is a sanctuary. Like this is, I don't know, a safe line for me. Like it's my safe spot. I can
right,
come in here with my wife, my kids, or my friends. Like this room and these things in here, man. We've helped. It's helped me a lot. It's like a medication for me, honestly. And not only that,
exactly,
like we've had so many
It,
people
it
around
is
here.
it is a medication in a way.
It is,
for sure.
honestly. Then we got guys around here. My best friend was terrified of snakes. Like he see a snake, he would take off. Like he wouldn't kill it or nothing like that, but you would know one is around because he'd be peeling rubber off off his shoe. But now he's like, what I mean? He got out the other day, for instance. It's the guy that was running from him. He got a stick, got to put the snake on the end of the stick, packed it across the road, put it to the ground. You know what I mean? So
Heck
that,
yeah,
what I mean? Stuff like that, man. That's the real bonus for me. It's helping people overcome their fear.
yeah, exactly. To hold it for the first time and say, you know what, it don't feel slimy or it ain't as bad as what I thought it was because too many people are
The
bold
slimy
and
one just
hot.
kills me. It's like
Yeah,
it's not slimy. It's like
no, but
yeah.
they're
Not
taught
like
from they're taught from birth though because their parents are scared that
Yeah.
snakes are bad. They're no good, you know. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
There's a
energized them,
devil.
scared them to death with one or something.
right. So, but I mean, I think with today's community though, I mean, when something happens, you know, putting it out there is pretty important right now because people maybe you can somebody can learn from your mistake and not have that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I tell you what, like I wake up every morning and I have several things, several notifications. Like and emails where just random people ask me, you know, what I mean, is this right? Like, you know, I honestly, I take my time out and I try to help them out the best I can. Like
Right.
it doesn't matter if they got the steak from me or they got it from guy down here that won't even answer the phone to help them. I feel like as a snake keeper and as a breeder, it's my obligation to help everybody I can with that animal, even if it's not with mine.
Right. Right. Yeah, I appreciate everybody in here. Let's look see who we got in here that's joined in. Let's see. It looks like we've got hello Heather, Dark Ezo 666, Going Uper, Sherry Lynn Madcat, Travis Thorne, Balls and Strikes, Gay, and Tasha Lewis. That'd be Miss TNT Ball. Probably Todd, actually. Welcome all. I don't know if any of you have seen this post up on Instagram where Justin said to ask anybody if they got the balls to come on here, but you know.
Why you gotta throw my name in there like it's my fault? I thought you wanted me to post that.
That's great.
No, I'm sharing it on my community tab right now. See if we can get some more folks.
The sketching nights, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know, on the side of this, you know, hobby that we all do and love. And, you know, some people don't tell you the bad side or what happens, you know. And
man, I lost all my
and it's
volume
crazy how
somehow.
stuff like that happens still.
No, I can hear you.
I remember when I was younger, I had a big.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
can't hardly hear you guys, man. Maybe on my end then. Give me 1 second. Let me see what I can do here.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a big iguana when I was a kid. He was probably 4 or 5 pounds. He's a good big guy. Had him for years. And all of a sudden I woke up one day and it was like, and he was like the brightest color I'd ever seen him ever the whole time since he was little. And I just thought it was really odd. And I told my roommate, I said, man, he just looks so beautiful. And I joked around and I said, hopefully he don't die. And then I came home from work and he passed. And I was like, what the hell? It was just so crazy. He was standing so upright and just so bold, you know, he was so colorful. And then I come home and I was like, what the hell? I don't know if he was trying to tell me or something, but man, it sucked, you know?
Right.
But
right.
yeah, it's just crazy how everything can just be so, you know, okay 1 minute and just chaotic and done the next. It's unreal, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's everybody wants to show you all the good they do all the time, you know, and what they're producing.
It's not all good, yeah.
But nobody wants to show you the bad stuff, you know, or what happens. And then people that do, they're doing it for education. I think, like, you know, Dark Science Reptiles, you know.
If people don't learn the other side, then they're not really learning.
Well, exactly. I mean, they're just trying to tell you this happened to me. Don't do it. I mean, Jason from Growing Uper, you know, the door, you know, you know, I mean, just one of them things, you know what I'm saying? Where he lost some. I mean, you know, it's something that was so simple, but yet, you know, I mean, but he admitted, you know, he come out and said, hey, you know, I mean, you know, that's just being, you know, that's not being transparent and being honest and saying, hey, you know, pay attention to what you're doing, slow down a little bit sometimes, you know, or whatever, you know, I mean, it's just, it helps somebody else from maybe not doing that, you know.
Exactly.
You know, to me, that means the world to somebody trying to help you, or something happened to them, and you know, trying to say, hey, you know, if you see the same thing, you know, I mean, but I mean, I don't know why my, you know, I'm not, I don't have a reason why my retic passed away. Like I said, I don't know if I stressed her out or she had a neurological or just something that you couldn't see what was going on in there. But you know, it is what it is. I appreciate everybody that was in the live the other night and giving me all suggestions to do with her, but it was almost like she had 2 layers of shed on her. And I, you know, like I told you that one night I was working on her, I had a third of her body done, you know.
Yeah.
When I got her head and stuff done and was going down, I went back all the way down to her tail again. So it was weird, you know.
Hi, these pythons. Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome.
You see, like I was telling you with this little banana I had, man, like I didn't know what, like, I mean, maybe I thought, like, well, maybe it didn't shed. You know, I was really questioning myself when that first one. I was like, nah, man, it checked right here. It is. You know, there's only one tiny in that clutch. You know what I'm saying? So this was a shed. Then, like I said, just about a week later, man, he went back in blue and he shed again. I got it
Yeah.
wrote down. But within like the first 10 days of the egg, he shed twice for me.
Well, see, that's funny too because that new one that I got right now, he's already in blue again.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
but how long did he have the stuck shed on him before you rescued him?
Yeah, I have no idea,
You
but
know,
yeah.
and he was you see his backbone, and now he's been eating and he's gaining. He's going to shed. I mean, you know, I mean, he's like,
Yeah.
thank you, you know.
I just didn't think he was gonna so soon. But like
Yeah,
you said, it's probably been on there a lot longer than you know.
I was gonna say it could be layers upon layers of shed, stuck shed or something. You never
right.
know.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the chance you're going to take in this hobby if you're going to throw down some big money for an investment snake. I mean, I ain't saying $1,250 is a big money, but that's a lot for me to throw down
it
on a
is to
snake. You know?
me. I ain't afraid to say that.
Right.
This shit.
Well, no, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's people that throw $5,000-$10,000 like it's nothing, but you know, when you're throwing something down like that, you know, I don't care if it's $500 and you lose it. You know, it hurts, but I mean, that's the chance you take to try to, you know, go big or go home. I mean, if you don't take that risk, you're never going to pay off. You know, you can buy them $50 snakes all day long, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to take that chance.
But see, that's, you know, like my black beater female, man. I've had her. I got her. Oh man, what's this guy's name? The older guy, caveman. The older guy and the younger lady. They was getting out. They was getting ready for his collection because his wife had cancer or lung cancer, something like that. He was a really good old dude, man. He was up in age. He was selling out his collection. And I seen that snake, man. I just, you know, I'm a black pastel. I like it. So I picked the snake up. I can be honest, I can't even really remember what I paid for it. You know, it was only gone like 2 days, man. And when I come in, like I told you Friday night when I checked on her, she was fine. Everything was great. You know what I mean? And I come in Sunday. Well, what was it? Saturday morning, Bubby? Yeah, I come in Saturday morning to do my usual routine, and found her dead. You know what I mean? Like, she gave me a clutch of eggs a few months back. She's back on food. You know what I mean? She's done shit. She's been drinking proper water, been bowel movements, the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? Like, no signs, nothing, man. And like, it's still bugging me. You know what I mean? Like, but that, you know, I didn't put a video up or nothing like that about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, I was too bugged by it really to share at the moment. That was the thing I was thinking about.
Right.
That's why I wanted to bring it up now. Like, you know, I've done went like through my head, like, man, is there something I did? You know what I mean? Did I do something wrong I didn't notice? Or, you know what I mean? Like, is the temp off and I didn't catch it? You know, we all go through that same mental checklist. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but it ain't gonna change what
That's
happened.
the thing. The what ifs or what hurts the worst.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you don't know. You know, I mean.
That's exactly. It's like that's the worst part.
We got Justin, my Animal House, and Chris. Irondogg Reptile. You said, what do you do?
Is that cute?
Yeah, he's sitting down in the floor.
What's up, cute?
He's okay, buddy. He said, what's up, you? He's down there playing his robot. We'll have to put a Q in there somewhere or something, I guess. He's going
Yeah.
to
But I mean, you know, look at
he's cut.
but I mean that also goes to, you know, a lot of people doing egg cutting videos, you know. Jimmy from the Python Burrow, you know, he's had a bad year, dude. You know, he's had a lot of cut and they were dead in the egg, you know. I mean, he didn't have to put that video up and show nobody. You know, yeah, you had some that lived, but he didn't have to show that part. But, you know, I mean, he's showing the whole side of this hobby, you know, to show you it ain't always. Yeah. So, I mean, you think you're going to just get into this hobby and you ain't going to do nothing but make money and everything to be perfect. You're wrong. Yeah. You know, I mean,
Man, it's the thing I tell anybody that wants to buy like multiple snakes talking about breeding off of me, and I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're getting in this for money, you're probably getting in the wrong thing. You know, if
well,
you're
you
getting
better
in
have a
this,
lot of money to spend first.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty upfront with them. Like, man, you know, I'm not saying you can't make money. I'm not saying, you know what I mean, but for the most
I
part,
think it's the time frame that people underestimate the
What's up,
most.
Norvis? Ain't seen you in a while, hey, buddy.
exactly.
You know, there may be some money there to be made, but it's going to take you 6 or 8 years to even get going. You know, it's like
Well,
it's going to take a long time, depending on how far you buy into your project. It's going to take you a while.
If you break even, you're doing good.
Want to jump in, want to get into the recessive stuff, and you know that right there is an easy 3 to 5, 7 year project.
Right.
Yeah, I think time is the biggest underestimation of the game. I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you could break even, you're doing good.
Just the time.
Damn, did you see what Apex said?
Clean and take
14 clutches. You know, cook them all.
Stuff right there. It's like having between my snake and my rat collection, it's a full-time job.
Right. But you know, I try to any money I use off of snake sales or whatever, you know, it either goes to buying rat food or, you know, it goes to whatever. You know, it goes back into my hobby. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's like it's explain people. They're like, "Oh man, it's only a little bit of, you know, it's only one plug-in of electricity." I'm like, "Yeah, man, but when you got a whole room in the living room, you know, that's a lot of electricity. That bill does go up."
Yeah, I was like, was it? Yeah, I've got 33 tubs rolling on one thermostat. You know, I mean, it's a Herbstat 4, so 3 racks, 33 tubs. Plus, I got a Herperstat 2 running the incubator. Plus, I got this other hatchling rack running, and then I got just one level going over here for quarantine or whatever, you know, for one snake I put over there. But I mean, yeah, I mean that's you add all that up, you know, that's a lot.
Then you know, if you're probably using, you know, like you said, Herperstats, VEs or something, and you're running a plug-in strip with multiple.
Yeah, I mean, I can unplug levels if I'm not using them, you know. But I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all there. But I mean, when I look at that Herperstat 4, it's barely putting any power out because it's just holding them temps perfect. So it ain't running much. It ain't using much power, dude. You know, that's what I like about it. You know, they hold steady, good. Yeah, you lost. I heard you lost 70% of your rats.
Huh?
Apex mutations.
Apex.
What was the cause of that, Apex? Was it just some moldy food or what was it? I've heard different stories. I want you to tell me.
I'm all waiting to listen, and I'm like, oh, you got to wait for the message. I ain't gonna hear nothing.
Well, I mean, I know he had, you know, I heard it's an ASF over to rats, but I've heard different stories. So you know,
Is that yeah? Is that what we were talking about the other night? Because there's
Yeah.
2 or 3 different people had rat problems, didn't they?
Well,
It was
Moreno Morris.
yeah.
He got hot in his room while he's gone. Lost like 80%. Best Chris Balls didn't have his notifications on. His AC went out. He lost 90% of his rats. And in Apex,
Man,
people realize how hard it, like, you know what I mean? If you get the climate right, it's easy to breed them. Don't get me wrong.
right.
But that temperature control is rough. You know what I mean? If it gets at least bit too hot, too cold, they'll die. They can't regulate their temp.
I got you. All right, now that makes sense. He said it's cross-contamination of bacteria in the food, which also caused mold from an ASF rats got out and they shit and pissed in the food. So they did that, and he didn't know about it. He fed it to his other rats. It killed him because of I got you. See, nobody can give that exact.
yeah.
It's not moldy food.
People were
It's
thinking that
ASF,
the cross contamination were coming from just straight rat to rat or something, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah. But no, that makes a lot of sense.
Right. Welcome, Annette, to the live stream. Yeah, mine are sitting right now. My rats are sitting there.
And you know what? And I know and it's shitty. People lost their rats. But as soon as I heard that was going on, the first thing I did was recheck all my food to make sure it was in places where it wasn't going to get moist. And so I even double checked my stuff on that deal too. It's like every time I hear about something, that bad or good or whatnot, I check my stuff right away. Just because it's almost like reminders.
Well, I mean, you have to, dude. I mean, I got low on rats for a while, dude. And I was going and getting them, and I was getting them at the cheapest place I could find. And just to feed my collection for 1 week was $70.
Yeah.
And that's not, and that's like $3 for a small. I know some places charging $8 a small, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Around here, it's rough.
And they cut me a deal because I got so many. But I mean, I'm just saying that.
It's $10.99 for me to buy a small rat from a pet store near me.
Right. So, but luckily I know the guy. He's a breeder. So, but I mean, still, it can be high.
Mason says his rats eat the poop all the time. Yeah, but I don't think it was worried about the pee and the poop. I think it was the mold that it grew from the pee is what caused the problem, I'm sure.
Well, are your rats eating ASF poop and pee all the time? That's what it is. Because I'm sure it's going
to culture up its own little mold and bacteria, and shit, depending on what makes it moist.
Yeah, I mean, that got me thinking too right there that, I think I'm just going to use that one whole rack just for my ASFs, not even, you can house them in the same racks, in different tubs, but I don't even want to risk it now,
Well, yeah, because no matter what, if you have the 2 colonies, you're going to need at least 4 tubs anyway, minimum.
Right.
If you're going to keep the males and the females separated to grow them out a little bit. So you might as well just dedicate the whole rack to them anyway.
Yeah, I got a whole 6-level rack that ain't even being used, So, I mean.
Yeah, once you get going, I would just dedicate one to the whole show.
I think I'm going to use it for my rats because it's got a watering system on it. I don't think I need that for them ASFs. They don't drink enough water for me to. I can use water.
They don't drink a lot of water at all. Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, they don't go through.
Anybody else experience that? ASFs don't drink much.
I pretty much do a colony ASF.
Yeah, they don't go through hardly any water. Like my rats do, See, I don't. I've heard people doing the rotations. I don't do rotations, man. I know Donnie was trying. He said, "Screw that. That's way too much." I mean, way more production without rotating males. We found out, just leaving them there in the colonies,
That's me. I establish the male. Like when I say I got I'll establish a whole colony. I'll do like 4 females to 1 male. And that male's there with them 4 females, the one of them are retired and then I automatically put, you know what I mean?
Well,
That
not only
litter,
that,
he
but
females for life.
if you have a female that's not nursing right or whatever, that mother rats are going to take care of them babies, or they'll teach her. You'll never lose them, you know.
And I'll tell you
Exactly, Heather.
something else.
That's why I don't change the watering system.
That's in this during there ain't no male in with them. They're older females that where I took out breeding. But what I did is right before I took them out breeding, I let them drop a litter of pinks. Then what I would do is I put them in a tote by themselves. And when that female and then pinkies are about to take them off milk, I'll take pinkies and jump right back in underneath that female. And she'll surrogate one of them for me. She's like a milk cow, basically.
Right.
You know what I mean? That way, if I have complications with other females or too big of a litter or something along that line.
You know, people said, well, if the mom eats her rats, kill her off. And I had a mom throw a big first clutch on me, you know, a litter, I mean, and after that, I put a experienced mom with her. I ain't going to kill her off because she's throwing out, you know, lots of babies, you know. I mean, no reason to, you know, she just needs an experienced mom with her, you know what I mean?
I got a rule here. You bite me, you go. If they bite me, they got to go.
Good thing you don't have that same motto with your wife, huh?
Oh, she'd beat me down.
Yeah, Uber's got hippos though. Anybody can have a tiger, ain't that right? But a hippo?
That's funny. He can't have an ASF, but he can have a tiger line.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And you know,
welcome, Elijah.
This is just, you know.
So was Apex switching males with ASFs or regular rats? I'm assuming regular rats, right?
What's that? While they were killing other babies? Yeah, I mean it's weird. I mean, I can understand something like that, you know, but I mean, now if you do hairless to hairless, they don't have very many babies in a litter. You know what I'm saying? They're small. Now, if you do hairless to like a haired rat to a hairless, you'll get more babies from her. I don't know why.
I figured as much.
No, I haven't noticed.
That's like normal rats. Yeah, okay.
4 litters. He sent me over to town, and you know what I mean. They had litters. I had 2 hairless male, female. Well, I still kept that was my logic. I figured I'd always keep them hairless females to keep producing.
Right.
Down here, man, there's really nobody can get rats where I live. So if I tell somebody a snake, I got to give them the access to food.
That's good business there, though. If you're supplying the rats to the people you supply all the snakes to.
I mean, see, and that's what I never had that many, like 4 or 5 tops. And that's what another guy told me too. He says he never had much luck with just hairless to hairless, but I don't know. All I know is he said that he fed one of his big hairless males off, and he said the poop didn't stink as bad from the snake. What he said anyway.
Now, see on ASF, man, I've heard a lot of people say this is good.
Elijah,
snakes eating ASF don't ever take normal rats again. I don't have it.
All right.
Huh?
I told Elijah she needs one of these. That way you can, you know, it'll show you the temperature of whatever that rat is. You'll know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
$15, $20. They're not that expensive unless you get like a Milwaukee or a D-Wall or something. Then you're gonna pay out the ass. But
I think I got a couple at, I want to say like Royal King or something. I paid like $10 for them.
yeah, they're not that expensive.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I grabbed a couple because, you know, always good to have.
Oh yeah, they're good to have and good to check with a couple different things just to see how close everything is too. You know.
Oh yeah.
But
It's a must.
Yeah, Mason, I was just breeding them for pets. You know. Yep. Good temp guns, 2 tickets. Server was, what was that? What am I missing?
What are you talking about?
I didn't see what I put. Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't know what he was talking about.
Which ones?
Uper. They were talking about WoW or something.
Yeah,
Video game.
there's a lot of stuff going on. I can't keep track of it all.
Yeah.
I think there's like 3 or 4 different conversations rolling.
Well, that's good. Well, I mean, that's good. That's what they're here. That's what it's here for, you know. I mean, talk about whatever you want to talk about. You know, I know I'm good when I look down and Heather's like, I love those temp guns. Okay, at least I know we're still somewhere in the right.
And that's like I told my little, you know what I mean?
Yeah, talking about PC game.
Oh, they're talking about some game.
Yeah, PC game. I was all lost. I'm like, what is that name? You know?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They were talking about yellow bellies there for a minute, and then it went all south. I'm not sure.
All right, here we go.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I even noticed in the difference.
Does that work?
Yeah, I can see you. I can hear you.
All right, good.
Right.
So, thank you.
Production.
Does it the opposite direction or whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, it's always opposite.
Yeah. All right, so with my ASF, like when they escaped, they went through the food, but they like shit and pissed in it. But I guess the dust from it kind of covered up everything, so I couldn't really see.
Right.
Notice anything until I started like digging through the bag. I'm like, is something wrong in the bottom of the bag? And so I pour it out, and then I noticed that there's little tiny pebbles, little nuggets, and I was like, well, that looks funky. So I'm grabbing it, wiping the dust off. I'm like, oh, this is rat shit. And I was like, oh man, this is ASF shit. And then I started looking at the pieces, and they're really soft, and you can see like strands of dust that look like string wrapped around it or spider web.
Right.
If you blew off that dust, it was a white coat. So it's like mold that was sporing across all the food, and a lot of it off where the urine was. So it went through everything, man. It fucking sucked. Like
how many? 80% of your rats? Or what?
About 70, yeah.
Man, that sucks.
I went from, well, maybe it wasn't say. I went from like 120 something, somewhere up in the 120s, and that's just breeders. So in total, I've lost like over 300. But just in my breeders, I went from over 120, 126, because I rotate my 6 males, down to, I'm at 33 females, and then 2 males.
Wow.
Babies lost hundreds. Because then I tried to, what I tried to do is use a lot of the foster moms, and I just kept losing females so fast. It was like every 30 minutes, man, I go downstairs, there's 4 more dead, there's 2 more dead, and you open another tub, and you're like, all right, this tub looks fine. I don't know what to do. Come back down 5 minutes later. Boom, 2 of them are dropped dead. So one of them's pregnant, giving birth, and died halfway through. There's a baby sticking halfway out of her. And
Wow.
Holy shit.
Fostering, they were overwhelmed, so they went through. They started killing everything, all the babies. Everything was just getting fucking shredded, and it was like something you see on a war movie inside. There's bones, skin, everything.
Nightmare.
Dude, it was fucked. I drank whiskey for a week. Dude, I had no idea what to do. I called into work for like 3 days straight, and I was like, look, guys, like, I know I got patients to take care of, but I need this time off. I have so much fucking shit going on.
That's crazy. Yeah, that sucks, dude. I heard you lost some, but I didn't. There's so many different stories when you ask somebody, you know, they caught, you know, I'm sure the first person heard it and then didn't tell the next person the whole story, and then, you know, somebody
I
asked.
think we heard it was ASF infected the regular rats or vice versa or something that had nothing to do with the food.
Yeah, that's all we, you know, so.
I'm sure that there's a way for it to, for them to cross-contaminate each other. I do believe that is possible, but the way that I kind of help to not have that happen is whenever I'm changing everything out, I use one tub, right? So I'll use some of the bedding from like my ASF or something like that, and I'll put it inside of my cleaning tub. And this is how I've gotten away with it the past 2 years. And I'll put just a little bit inside the other tub, and then I grab a little bit from every single tub, kind of just leave it in there. That way nothing smells too bad or different. And as I'm cleaning, I move each shelf, you know, empty the parents out and everything into that tub, clean their tub out, put fresh bedding in, and everything like that. So eventually over time, in theory anyway, is that the cross-contamination wouldn't be as bad. If it were to occur, because I know that they'll get out and they'll get on top of racks and everything, and yeah. So that's just how I thought, and I think it worked out for the most part, except the mold is what must have done it. I don't know, man. I cried so fucking hard for 3 days.
Oh, man.
That was hard.
Yeah, that's a big hit, man.
A huge hit.
Big hit.
Because right before this happened, we put our deposit down on the wedding venue, which we have to have completely paid off by March, or 2 weeks before the wedding, but we still need an extra $7,000 more by March. And there's so much stuff that has to get done, and then to lose that like extra $600 income that I use, that I was planning on putting all towards the wedding, you know, because I'm done buying snakes at this point. I'm just like, screw it, we got a wedding part done and figured.
That's a sign, man. That's a sign.
Man, that's
a sign telling you right there.
That is not a
sign. Yeah, that sucks though, dude. I mean, I couldn't imagine losing all that many at one time, though. You know, I mean, and to keep going down there, and then it's, you know, I mean, that's crazy. You know.
Yep. I think the last 2 days when it started dying down, I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna not go down there for a couple days. They're gonna die or they're not. You know, so there's nothing I can do. When I thought about taking them to the vet, I got some quotes on everything and what it would cost to get labs done. So I at least wanted to see and make sure it wasn't a virus. This is before I looked at the food, and it was going to be over $1,000 to.
Yeah.
Actually,
I mean,
I'm like, man, I think at this point it's just natural selection. So I'm going to leave them alone. The ones that get sick, they'll kill each other off. They'll eat each other, whatever. Just don't fucking go down there for 2 or 3 days. And that was like the hardest hitting day ever. So I could hear some of them fighting and moving around.
Yeah, that would kill me not going down there. It'd kill me. I'd be all like, ah.
Dude, it was nuts.
Yeah, I'd have to go down there, man. You go a day or so, you had all them rats thinking, man, I bet your garbage. Oh, God.
I have no idea how many rats I had in my garbage. It is crazy. Like, I was tossing sacks of them over into my other neighbor's garbage like the night before the trash guy came at like 3 a.m. I was like, God damn, this smells like shit. So I'm
garbage man was probably like, "What the hell?"
yeah, it was bad.
He hated you that week.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, man. I'm gonna go make me a cup of coffee.
All right.
My
Justin.
got these big old flies like this big everywhere. I was like, what the fuck is up with these flies? And I was like, yeah, I got a morgue in the front yard. I forgot.
Justin.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that when people are in the chat, they need to put subscribe because YouTube will flag their deal? And
They should, because the more and more the more and more we do have chat, they should actually put subscribe. Because YouTube they have certain words that it flags if you use them too much, and subbed is one of them. You can physically say it here, us, but in the chat they should actually type out the word subscribe, or like I joined your family, or I connected with you. But yeah, we should try to tell people not to say sub or sub.
Yeah, I just remember you saying something about how they go through it, and them keywords jump out at them. So, which they could actually take that subscription away from them, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, see, like on my last video, they took away the chat.
Right. Yeah, I took it completely away. I mean, you can't even watch the live chat or no monetization, because I think we were dropping too many links to people's channels. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I've been dropping a couple, but just here and there. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. That sucks.
But yeah, there was two other channels that not the same thing, but they lost an abundant amount of animals as well. It was just crazy, like 3 of them all at once.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts because it happened so fast. I can't see the screen. There we go. It was just weird. Dead rats.
I think we'll be all right, Heather. Don't you, Justin? I don't know. You know more about that than I do.
What? No, don't remove them. It's fine. But I mean, it's just like as the chat grows and grows and grows, we don't want it to. If people start, if the bigger the stream gets, the more they say it, the more it'll get. The algorithm will catch a hold of it. So it's just if we can get in the habit of not saying it, it'll be better if we, if the stream continues to grow. So we don't have to remove them, but
don't they do that too now? That sometimes when if you just subscribe to somebody without like watching a video and liking or comment, they can sometimes take that.
That is a huge thing. If you subscribe to somebody to where you have a bunch of channels that are the same, sometimes the algorithm will leave you alone. But yeah, for the most part, a lot of places will, like in the grow streams and stuff, they want, if you subscribe to a channel, they want you to watch a video in full, because a lot of people just go in and run 10 seconds, hit the like button. For one, that like will go away, it ruins your watch time. So it's like, if you are going to subscribe to somebody's channel, and if you're never going to watch it, just don't. It's better not to subscribe if you're never going to watch anything, basically.
I think that all probably went in effect when they took away where you can't click on the 3 dots to go to somebody's channel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why, because there was too many grow streams. There was too many people that were just growing and growing and growing without having any content.
Yeah.
Two of my mice colonies did that, just went crazy and started killing each other. I had to just let it go and start new ones. Wow.
Mice will do that though when they start to get old. And in fact, it's actually the infertile ones that they'll start killing off.
Yeah, mice are whacked anyway.
Oh, you're good, Mason. No, I mean I just remember them talking about it in another stream and how YouTube's changed everything, and it's good for everybody to know, because that way somebody don't come over to your channel and just hit a like and subscribe and leave, and then next thing you know, YouTube will take their subscriptions away from you. I mean, my numbers go up and down like this all the freaking time, dude. It's weird,
And that's why we laugh so much in the live streams, when we get that thumbs down, and then 15 seconds later it's gone, because they don't stay long enough for it to count.
Yeah, they got to be in your live stream or your video so long. If they just come and hit thumbs down and leave, it'll go away.
And a lot of that too is it's mainly for the big huge streams that affect the algorithm the most. But I mean, it can eventually cycle down to the smaller streams.
Todd, I think Uper was talking to you. Said he gave you a shout out a month ago, you turd.
Wait, baby. Well, I'm gonna have to pick up, man. Thank you.
Hey, I can vouch for Todd, man. When he did that video showing my T-shirt, he had a pile of mail.
Hey, real quick, who was it?
Man, I'm so far back.
Who was it that asked me who dates ASF?
Who did what now?
Who asked if I rotate my ASF?
Oh, that was me. Because I was just wondering if you were talking about ASF, because that's what everybody was talking about. And then I seen the part where you talked about rotating males, so I was like, no, he don't. And then you said you didn't. So
if you try to rotate them, just real quick for the people that
you wouldn't have no males left.
They'll kill
yeah,
it.
well, see, that's the thing, and I told people on mine too. The females will breed with it, but they'll kill it right afterwards, just to keep their colony going.
It's crazy. Those things are nuts.
Oh yeah, they're efficient as far as their colony. They take care of their own. That's for sure.
I can go in there where mine is now, dude, and they come to the front of the tub and they don't bite or nothing. They're as tame as can be, dude. I'm telling you right now, them are some tame rats.
There's some that I've seen like that. My buddy's line does that, but one of my other buddies, actually, 3 other, their lines are so damn ferocious. If you toss anything that it doesn't know in there, it just jumps and attacks, and then looks up at you like, "Get in here. Come on."
Mine are in the middle.
No. I honestly don't think I want to really breed ASF anymore after that last incident. I'm still iffy on it. Because they keep chewing out of everything I try. I did a rack, everything. They just keep chewing through it. And
really?
I'm too anal about repairing holes. I don't like mesh across my tubs. I think it looks like crap. So I'd rather just keep doing rats, and I'll just buy my ASF.
Why don't you think about, like I've seen some people do, like stainless steel, like
I would if I had the space.
like for, and they keep their stuff in there, I mean, they make the rack, like, I don't know, like a restaurant equipment or whatever you can get, but and then they can't chew through that.
Right, but I just don't have the space for that because my rat room is a 10 by 10 built-in enclosed weed room, basically. So
right.
I've shown you guys that, right? That plastic and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I'm just out of room with that. I have enough room for me to make one more rat rack, and that's about it. So like as soon as my false water cobra is off mice, I'm done breeding mice. I'll only buy mice for a treat for her, and I'll do fish and rat pups for the rest. I really don't need any ASF other than for 3 females, so I might as well just buy them. Just to keep that from happening,
Right. Yeah, I seen one guy built a rack and he had little aquariums that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he built a screen lid over them, and he had them all in there like a rack, dude. I mean, it was crazy how far his ASFs, I think.
Well, who was it that built them out of the little bins that cooks and chefs use and put food in, the metal bins?
Right.
That was funny. I thought that was pretty damn good.
I mean, they'll never get through it, I guess. I don't know. I ain't had mine that long, but they ain't chewing on nothing.
Yeah.
I've never had mine chew out. I've had them chew out that little keyhole on the Lowe's tubs, but I just put the wire over them.
What's that, Todd?
I usually put a fuse stick in with all my ASF.
I can't hear him.
I think you're a little laggy there, Todd. You're a little laggy right now.
My bad.
Oh, that's better.
It might
Say
be
with
them.
the quotes
There you go.
and the ASFs, I'll put
Yeah.
two. One tree wood, man. I cut it.
Yeah, I think you put some wood in there.
Also, I use little. Yeah, that's what I use. That and a little plastic, like basically a little cheap pod.
Oh, I use coffee cans that work giant jugs of Folgers a lot, and so I come home with a bunch of jugs of Folgers that I can use. I just toss in for ASF and the mice, and they either chew it up or they use it as hides and everything. So
Y'all keep hides with your ASFs?
yeah,
I do.
yeah.
I do.
I mean, I ain't got none. Maybe I should put some in there, huh?
It just gives them something extra to do because ASF are pretty smart. I think stimulation really helps them to be better animals rather than chewing out all the dang time. I noticed that whenever I did have anything chew, it's always because I had nothing in there, whether it's a food or maybe a toy, some wheels or something like that.
Exactly.
Maybe I just need to build them like a playground in there, huh?
Yeah, you do that, you'll have some happy rats. I
So
thought,
they're happy. They're happy now with that new AC in that room. They're loving it.
oh, I bet.
And I'll tell you something else I do. I give mine frozen vegetables. Frozen carrots, peas, green beans.
Yeah, the frozen
Which I
carrots, they
even give
love
them
that
to
shit.
my rats
I've
too.
never,
But I've noticed like man, they tear them up.
I do.
Yeah,
And plus, not
fruits.
only that, it's a good source of nutrients and stuff in dessert.
Yeah, I give them fruits and all that stuff. They love it. Hydrates them. You know, not every day, but you know what I'm saying. It helps hydrate them too. I think.
Treats.
Yeah.
And I'll
And
tell you something
they
else
love,
I like to do. Like the leftover, like the dust in the bag of the bedding, like I'll save it up and like put a little water with it and I'll mix like nuts and stuff like that in with it and give them like little treat bars, man.
oh yeah, yeah.
That way
Take all that
the
dust.
Missouri ain't
All that
ready. I
dust.
mean, that
Yep. You make like a big cookie out
all
of
I
it. You know,
do,
like
man,
a
is
big brownie.
that's all I do is I'll get a cookie sheet, mix it up with a little bit of water just to get it sticky. Put some seeds or whatever, dehydrated fruit and stuff in it. Kind of pat it out. Then I'll bake it for a little while.
Yep.
Water out of it to make it like a real dip. And I just pop it like that with my hammer and
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's. I seen that.
interact. Give it something.
I seen Hilljack do a video a year or two ago like that. You know, making big brownies from all the dust from the Missouri. I'm like, yeah, that's great. You know, because
Yeah.
you get a lot of dust from that food bag, a Missouri food bag. You know.
That's what actually caused this whole thing. Was because I keep a lot of my bags, or crap, I keep all the dust. I use a sifter, like a strainer for food, and I sift it as I go because I hate getting dust.
I use a strainer for food too.
Yeah, I use the
Swirling around.
part as like for my pups when they start opening their eyes and going around and nibbling on wood chips or something. I start making them patties and little balls, and I just chuck it in there at them. And there was stuff all over that. That's what originally had all the mold and the feces in it that I saw.
I got you.
I also had it in my regular food, but I used a lot of my dust for my wings and everything. My extra that I use when I pull.
What are you feeding your rats?
Me?
Yeah.
Missouri 6F. I do that. A mixture of seeds and corn. And then, of course, vegetables and everything. Our house is pretty healthy over here. Well, My fiance is. I'm not so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're up in Kansas, right?
Yep.
You ever tried Kent?
Yeah, and they had like loose stools, and they smelt worse when I had Kent.
Really? The protein was a little better, and I mean, I know a lot of people use it. Of course, it's about half the price of Missouri. You know, unless you're buying it more in bulk. But man, I seen them got better production when I had for my rats with Kent than I did with Missouri for some reason. I don't
That's
know.
got a
To
higher
me,
protein, doesn't it?
yeah, and not only that, Missouri I think's changed their stuff in the last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It don't seem the same.
it's more
Hey,
dark.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you another thing I like to do is it's the lab diet, laboratory diet. I like to every once in a while.
Yeah, I can get lab diet here, but it's high. It's
Yeah,
expensive.
this
It's
is
like
true.
$40-$50 for a 50-pound bag. It's expensive if I can find it, but
Normally, $6. I get my Missouri from the same place that distributes food for the Kansas City Zoo out here. So I get mine at $22 for a 50-pound bag, and I'm getting food no matter what, basically.
Mine's 27, I think, where I get mine.
mine's
I was
30.
getting ready to say I pay like 22 or 24 for Missouri
Yes, those are good prices. Because everybody
for
else trying
50
to.
pounds.
I can get Kent for I think 17 a bag
Yeah, like,
for a 50-pound bag. So that's pretty good too. So
and see, I tried, like I've seen the food.
Like,
I tried it personally, man. This is just, I mean, this is just from what I've noticed with my rats. I can't speak for anything else. But when I fed it, man, it's like my production went down. My baby big and healthy. And like my mother rat, the breeders, their hair was greasy. Real bad greasy, man. But, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that was just, maybe it's where I'm getting it at. I don't know. But that was even me giving them, the treats and the vegetables and stuff like that. It's still.
it still wasn't doing so good.
yeah, that's weird. I mean, my rats seem to do better with it a little warmer than cooler as
Yeah,
far as breeding. You know.
better one.
Yeah.
Like in the 77.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
like
even
earlier, around
at
70,
80. They
78.
don't mind it at 80 either. They'll jam to it. I mean, I think they just like it a little warmer, but
That part's
Pardon,
weird.
Reptiles, welcome to the
78
chat.
degrees or so.
To us. They're already.
well,
Martin,
I mean, I've seen people keep like Justin. You keep your rats in your snake room, and it's probably what 80, 82 degrees in there.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and when I started out, that's where I had my first rack, and I know it was 85 in my room. That's what I kept the ambient temperature, and they produced all the time. You know what I mean? Nonstop. You know. So
now, I keep, like I said, I keep mine about 78, 77, 79.
right. Yeah, it's.
You know what I mean? I try to keep
about
it
that same temp, probably 77.
just below 8. But I'm telling you, man, it seems you can almost set your watch by a female. They'll drop like clockwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's up, Josh? How you doing tonight?
You guys ever let your snakes kind of exercise?
And that's like,
Yeah.
everybody asks me, like,
Yeah, I do. I mean, my retics especially.
Oh, I bet with them.
Around here, honestly, that's all.
Arthritis.
Lies what freezing. I got frozen.
Hey Todd, you got two devices running right there. It might be lagging you down with if you got two going. You're a little laggy. I'm just saying. I don't know, but that other one might be pulling your little Wi-Fi away from you.
You trying to?
Is that better? That I just shot.
Yeah, I can hear you in and out, but not steady.
So Healy's Python said that they mix birdseed, oatmeal, and cat food with their Missouri.
Yeah.
So I do bird.
We got a question now.
Not oatmeal. Like what kind of regular Quaker oats? Healy, is that what you're talking about? Is like the Quaker kind with the old man in the front, looking like one.
Yeah, I'm sure any of those oats would be fine.
Well, go ahead. What do you use for bedding, Todd?
I use pine pellets and acid. That's
What do
all
you use,
I use.
Justin?
Now on my ancestors, I'll put in like Timothy hay or something like that for them. Maybe some newspaper. Make a nest with.
I use the pine chips from Walmart. It smells the best.
I use the big things from Tractor Supply.
I did use that a few times. I don't mind it.
See, I get my pine.
Because I mean, it's a lot, you know.
How many racks you got running?
I get a big bag of
For me?
Yeah.
Racks?
Aspen shit.
Rodent racks or snake racks?
Rodent.
Oh, I've only got two. I don't have that many. I'm just trying to get everything started back up again. So.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of not having so many rats though. It is nice not having to go downstairs. Like honestly, today I should be cleaning, but after I went down there earlier, I'm just like, there's not really that many rats in each tub anymore. There's like 2 here, 2 there.
Yeah, I got 3. I got 3 racks. I'm gonna get 2 more, so I'm trying to get everything built back up so I can do some. I want to leave 1 rack for nothing but like extra large grow outs, you know, and to freeze them for the retics and stuff like that when they get bigger, you know, and stuff like that.
Hey, Boy Newford's got a point, hey, and I never even think about mentioning it, but every once in a while I do give my rats cheese.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but
like seriously, like, I don't get me wrong, I don't make it a habit. I might do it once every so often or not, but you know, I get
on it as treats.
Haley's pythons, are we lagging or are you just lagging?
Well, now we'll find out in about 10 minutes when she responds again.
Because if I'm lagging, I'm going to call my internet up because I pay too goddamn much money for the best internet they got.
Man, I'm downloading a video game or just updating. It's already downloaded, but it's updating at 12 megabytes a second, and I'm so pissed. Oh God, our internet here is sucking this last week.
I mean, I can upload shit pretty fast. I pay about $140 a month for internet, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't have cable. I mean, it runs everything in my house, so you know what I'm saying?
That's me. I got Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Roku.
Well, that Fire Stick gets me about 5,000 channels for $15 too. You know.
You can't beat that, dude.
I know all the pay-per-views, all the sports packages, everything, all the movie channels. Gotta love Fire Stick.
That's right.
New York Vice News, huh? Well, yeah, New York knows all about rats because they got some big ass rats in New York. They can walk down the
Yeah,
street with a slice of
like
pizza in their mouth.
freaking size of cats and shit running around.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I live right here on the Ohio River, man.
What game?
They, that's what they mean, man. I've seen rats look like cats.
Oh yeah.
What game you loading up?
It was just Call of Duty.
Add on or whatever.
Yeah, it just came out with another update, but the update's like 87. Well, not 87. I think it's 57 megabytes.
Kid Henderson's the size of dogs.
No, yeah, they are. Mm. Huh.
Oh yeah, I think Keely's definitely running behind with the lag here. She still hasn't replied.
Well, I know they're moving. You know what I mean? And so, hey, Mary. So I don't know where they're at, if they're driving or what. They're moving to Colorado.
Oh, nice. That's where we're getting that from Colorado. But I was born out in Golden, Colorado.
Hell yeah. You cat like a rat. And no, Sherry, them rats they'll take down a cat in New York City.
I know Heather said they were the size of dogs, not cats.
Oh yeah. You got any breeding plans this year, Apex?
Yeah, I already had a few going. Like I got my Desert Ghost pin. Over to this female. Hold on. Get her off me. So get back in there. Let's see. Not in a hurry. I don't know. Let's see. Where are you? Let's see if you guys can see her. She's pretty bright. But I had my Desert Ghost pin to my Orange Dream Yellow Belly Vanilla Pastel Inchy girl. And they blocked up. So hopefully that goes out pretty well.
Oh yeah.
See
Good
that?
looking snake.
Nice.
Yeah. I got you on solo cam. We can see it.
Nice. Yeah, she is definitely bright as hell. So I think Desert Ghost into that would be nice. Just gonna make some heads. I don't have any Desert Ghost females, but I'm just making that here. And then
That's kind of the must-have gene right now, you know.
Oh,
yeah. Then I got Lavender Girl here. If she makes up enough weight by December or January, I'll start pairing her. I like to pair when they hit like 1,800 grams. I'm pretty weird.
Right.
I don't know. That's what I did with my last snake. So all my big came out in 9 grams almost.
Yep.
And they hit. But I'm going to do my red stripe GH, my lavender female.
Right.
I think that'd be a pretty cool head to make.
Oh yeah.
And then right now, my 2 clutches in the incubator. I got 2 clutches left. I sold off all of my last clutch. This one girl here, she's just a little pastel, 66% het pied.
Right.
It's got little speckling markers. Not complete tracks, but I don't know. This is the last one that I got left from the last clutch. There we go.
Oh yeah, nice, nice.
I don't know, man. I don't have as many as you guys do, but I got like 10 females that'll be going this year.
Well, that's good number right there to have. 10 females, ain't nothing wrong with that, dude. I mean,
That's great.
you don't always have to have 100 snakes going every year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Woo!
Like, see, I'll be doing my Desert Ghost pin again to what clown is it? My pastel lesser clown. Although really the pastel sucks in it. Like even at 1,000 grams, she's brown as shit, and I'm so upset. She didn't look like that in the pictures when I bought her, and like way underweight compared to when I was told her weight. She was like a few 100 grams off and everything. It was jacked up.
Right.
Yeah. Her head stamp's the same, so I'm like, well, I'll take her. Just cut me 400 off the price. Give me like 400 back, and we'll call it even. So I paid for a breeding ready clown lesser pastel, and that's usually pretty expensive. And then I get one that's like barely now stage. Nope.
Heck yeah. Welcome to the live stream. How you doing, brother?
Good.
How's that
Looking
moving going for
exhausted,
you?
man.
I bet. I messaged him earlier today and see if you wanted to come on. He's like, man, I'm moving. I'm more out. I ain't showered. I was like, you be all right. Ain't nobody gonna smell you on the live stream.
Yeah, nobody's gonna smell you here. We all deal with rat shit anyway.
We all deal with the rats
everything
anyway.
feels the same to me.
Yeah. You guys
Yeah,
are
looks like you're doing I feel for you, brother. I know that feeling. Oh, looks like it's going all right though, huh?
Getting there. Looks like maybe September we'll have the trailer out there, and I'll start building. Have everything done probably August.
Hell yeah. What part of Colorado y'all moved to?
Loma. It's Fruta, Grand Junction.
Apex, he's originally from Colorado.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically Grand Junction.
I got you. Heck yeah.
I'm not getting any lag this way.
No. You don't. I don't see no. You're coming in perfectly fine.
Cool.
I think the one here doing the robot.
Let's see here. I look back.
What did I miss? Get some snakes? Put off some snakes?
Yeah, Apex was showing off a Desert Ghost and a couple other things. He, thinking about pairing up this year.
Yeah. I really want my double head clown pie girl to go, and she's just, man, I have never had a snake hit the 1,000 gram wall until I had her. She is holding.
Man, that's a serious problem.
So I just switched her to a new. She was in the gray tubs, or not the gray tubs, the clear tubs, and then I just bought through the Pride of Texas, like the TGR style.
Yes, sir.
So he actually made a pretty good rack. Not gonna lie, it's better than the TGRs than Eric.
Yeah.
I don't like
More stable, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I can
Yeah.
tap. Kind of bounces, but it centers itself out immediately. As opposed to the TGR one, the whole thing sways like this, like a fish in the river.
Yeah. Mine kind of do that a little bit, but I'm like, I got the open sides, but I just take them big metal clips, like, just clip them together. They don't move at all in. But yeah, putting them solid sides. But I mean, if I had solid sides on my rack, dude, it'd be soaked in my tubs because, I mean, all I run is paper towels, and I got humidity out like crazy.
Yeah. I like the closed sides a bit more, but I think I have these other two open, and I thought it looked better closed. Plus, if the rats ever like got out, because I hate when a rat gets out of my rat room or in my snake room. The TGR one has like half of an inch off the ground, so the rat can go under there and it just fucks everything up.
Mine sit right on the floor.
He goes in there every time.
It's just TGR. The way that Eric made his was a little high off the ground.
You're not supposed to lose rats.
Everybody say hi to the future missus.
Oh, it happens.
Hey. The whole world's figuring out.
All right, that is my cue to get off, though, guys.
Okay, I hear you.
See you guys.
Thanks for joining in, buddy.
Yeah, see ya.
Take care, man.
If I'm not to tag everybody, I will when we get off here.
10-4. So what do you got going on this year, Haley's?
Well, besides the move, what I want to get into is the cherry bombs.
Nice.
So I bought the male. Well, I had a male and a female picked out. They were unbelievably inexpensive. And by the time I talked to the missus and went to go buy them, the female went. But I'm still going to stick with the project. I just have to find a female Mojave het albino.
You want one that's bigger towards breeder size, or?
It doesn't really matter because I'm really not looking at making much money for the next 3 years. So I mean, if it takes 2 or 3 years to grow up, I'm fine with that. I have other smaller snakes, you know, that I have a lot of Mojaves and shit right now. I got blue eye leucistics and stuff, so it's not like I'll suffer without this. I just want this to elevate my collection.
Right. Oh, I agree 100%. And just to be able to produce them, you know what I mean? Is awesome. Well, there you go.
I don't really know my way around technology that much.
Yeah, we all learn too. Let me see what you got going on here. Put you on solo.
Yeah,
Nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
What are you doing, Copper? It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like that.
This little guy, he let's see, he weighs 720 grams.
Right.
He's as old as my banana that I bought last year at 920 grams. He was eating hopper mice and pup rats for almost an entire year.
Wow.
Before I bought him.
Wow.
That's well, I was selling the rodents, and they kept asking me, you know, what size it needed, and I told them, you know, usually about 10% of the body weight or whatnot.
Right.
Well, their snake wasn't ever eating, so it never gained weight, so they kept feeding it 10% of the body weight, which never went up, so they never went up in size for food.
Wow.
And now I don't go with that 10% body weight thing anymore.
Right.
I go by the, you know, the size of the rodent, size of the snake and whatnot.
Right.
But this was a year ago. I was just starting out. I didn't really know. They just kept coming by every week and buying pups. I kept selling them pups.
Well, I mean, that's the good thing about this hobby. We're all here to learn, you know, I mean, and help each other out. I mean, only the people then, unless you go to Facebook and you just got your first snake.
Well, man, I keep telling you, Facebook's the devil.
Then you're an expert, you know, but.
Facebook's the devil.
I don't really like to give advice because, you know, I don't feel like I know that. I've only been in the hobby for a year. So, I mean, I do know some stuff. I know more than the average person does, you know, the person walking off the street. But to give advice, I don't really think I'm ready for that, you know. I can tell you what's happened to me in the past or what's happening to me right now. That's what it's all
about.
Yeah, because if you say something that's not quite right and something happens to them, they're going to blame you for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get suggestions, say, hey, this is what works for me. But, 10 people might tell you 10 different things. You need to do your research,
Right.
That's the key right there.
Oh yeah, I'm all over the place. I check out everybody's videos. I like since I've been here, I've got a whole lot more people that I subscribe to. I really enjoy it.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean,
Like TNT balls.
TNT balls. Yep.
Man, guys, when it comes to me, when I first got into it, I just, I had a few guys, like Granddaddy Hertz, then McGill from AEP. There was a couple guys that kind of steered me a little bit, and I just, it all boiled down to, I found out what worked best for me in my area, my climate, my conditions.
Right.
And like one of the main things when I give somebody advice is now, just because it's working for me, it might not work for you. You know what I mean? So you might need to tweak it or something.
So here's a good question. So, everybody knows the laws. Florida, they're trying to ban all these reptiles. Alabama's kind of going through a deal with they're wanting to ban the big berms, retics, because somebody's Burmese got out and they took a picture. And of course, we all know it can't live up and they just can't live there if they're all year long. They'll die. But
exactly,
if the only way you could pass that law or to keep your animals, would you like one guy says, hey, we're willing to maybe if it gets to the point where there's no other option, saying, hey, we're willing to tag, have records with the wildlife people, and then anybody who's getting into Burmese or retics needs to have a permit, and they got to at least have 1 year of mentorship to get that permit. So you have a better would that be something that you all would do if that was your only choice, or would you say, man, I've been keeping these things, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know what they're trying to do. They just want, people say, oh, it'll never happen in your state. Next thing you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just want to do the permit so they can poke around everything.
Well, no, that's what they're thinking about offering it to the wildlife, so they don't lose their right to keep them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah.
Like you can start offering that, like as a medium, basically, with somebody like that.
Yeah, because
saying?
like Florida, you got to have 1,000 hours for every species of venomous crocodilians, mentorship. That's a lot. But like Oklahoma, I can apply and get my $10 permit fee. Look at my cage. I can have kaboom vipers, cobras, whatever I want. But you see what I'm saying? I think and like you get around Pennsylvania, like up in there. I mean, there's kids walking around reptile shows with cobras in a goddamn plastic tub. You know what I mean? I mean, I think there ought to be somewhere in there. If that's what it took to keep them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like I feel that like honestly, man, when it comes to authority, guys, don't get me wrong, we need cops. I'm not saying that. But as far as like, I don't think anybody should be able to tell me what animals I should be able to keep as long as I feel that I'm able to keep them safe. You know what I mean? Like I can understand, like, you're venomous and stuff like that. That's something that I'll never own. You know what I mean? Because I'm realistic. I got a baby on the way. I got kids always running around my house. It ain't, even if you got locked and stuff, anything can happen. I'm not willing to take that chance. But I don't feel like I don't want nobody to take me wrong. You know what I mean? Like, but who are they to tell me what I can keep? As long as as long as it ain't an invasive species that's gonna take something over, you know what I mean? Like, there's a level of
that's what you just said it right there. It's not invasive to Ohio. It's not invasive to, you know, that's where they'll get you. Well, it don't matter if it's, you know what I mean? It's not a native species to Ohio or California. You know, that's not where berms and retics come from. So,
but a lot of times they just lump it all into one thing, though. Like they make the law so vague that you just get sucked into it. You know, they might not even be going after a certain species.
Let me grab me a charger, folks.
I mean, I think if you know, I think you know, I mean, I've grown up around, you know, venomous snakes out in the wild, so it's no big deal. But I do agree. I think every state ought to have a permit because, especially nowadays, you see on videos all the time, free handling is a big thing, and so these kids think they can go out here and pick up a copperhead or a rattlesnake and they get bit. So I think everybody ought to go through a mentorship and hours to keep venomous. I do because
I agree with that.
one bite you're done.
Yeah,
But I mean,
if it can kill you, you should probably have some kind of education on it.
yes, but I also think that if you're a new person getting in this hobby and you go right into retics or berms and you've never had snakes, I think you should have a mentorship too because man, that's a big snake that can hurt you if you don't know what you're doing. You know, they're not a starter snake. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I got a whole other gripe about that.
No.
People selling those at the shows, you know, as babies, and not telling these people how big they get or what they can expect, you know, and not then they end up with this 20-foot fucking snake they don't know what to do with.
Exactly. They just see colors.
Exactly.
They just see colors and think it's pretty. Oh, I gotta have one. They don't give a shit what species it is. They just gotta have one.
I mean, mine ain't that old, but I mean, I love feeding them. But when I feed my retics, you know, and they're probably 4 or 5 foot long. When I open that tub, dude, they come out 2 foot with their mouth open. I love it. It gets my adrenaline pumping. I know what they're going to do. But somebody that's never had them, they're going to freak out because you don't see them. They could be in the back of the tub and they'll come shooting out. They know what's going on, you know. But it's people, and that's when people let them loose, or they don't want them, or hey, they don't clean their cages because they're scared of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, the animal suffers. You know, the animal suffers basically. You know.
Yeah,
They ain't interacting. Like
I mean, it just.
So I did that with my ball pythons at the beginning. I don't want to go in there, man. He's gonna fucking bite me.
Yeah,
but you learn.
Well, and you know, everybody who don't keep a big snake is going to tell you what's wrong with you keeping a big snake. You know, first is you don't have a big enough enclosure. Well, let me tell you what. You can have a 14-foot berm that does great in a 6-foot enclosure. You put her in an 8-foot enclosure and she goes nuts. You know how you got to read your animal. You know, some like smaller. So what I tell them is, okay, I'll get a 20-foot enclosure. You come pull her out. I'll pay you to pull her out.
Get her out of there.
She's gonna light you up, and you ain't gonna. You know, you got to read your animals. Some animals like smaller, some like bigger. You know how they are. I mean, people they know everything without being a keeper. You know what I'm saying?
And that goes across with a lot of reptiles too, like monitors, man. I see little kids running around with a monitor that'll take their thumb off. It's like, what are you doing? You know, it's like.
My two retics are in 41 quart tubs right now. They're not that big, but they just ate last night, and so I ain't messing with them too much. They're probably hid. It actually, I got a nice golden child, a nice purple phantom, black child. I'm gonna make some cows here in a couple of years.
Like my bow, man, he's cage aggressive.
Right.
Like you think this snake in you think he's the meanest snake in the world. But once I open that tote and I tap him with his hook, it's a totally different snake. Because he knows it's time for me to get him out, chill with him, you know what I mean? And I mean, he's just a boa constrictor. But that thing, man, he's in a CB70 tote. And when that dude when you open that door, man, like you said, Chris, he's all the way in the back. Next thing you know, he's in my face.
Yeah. This is my purple phantom boy. You know, the male or the female is way bigger than him, but I don't know if you see them purples on him.
Thing's
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah, you see
Nice.
him a little bit. Yeah,
He's,
look at that.
dude, you know how many snakes you know do you have that you can grab by their head, you know, and it don't even bother them, you know. You got to work. How many snakes can you grab their tail, Todd, and they don't move around?
Not too many.
That's because I've
You've
worked with
worked
them
with
since
him.
day one, you know, every day. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want him being 20 foot and biting me because he didn't like me looking in his mouth because he
Yeah,
had an
there
infection
you
or
go.
something. You know what I mean?
That's a
You're
long-term
playing
investment right
that's
there.
4 or 5 years
Getting
down the
his
road.
license.
Well, I mean, but you know, you have to. I mean, yeah, this
And
is a purple phantom.
okay, and you guys know just as well as I do. Snakes have personalities, man. I don't care what anybody says. They have a personality. Some days I can open the coat and tell, like, man, that snake ain't going to be messed with today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah.
usually, like, if I touch him with my hook and he, you know what I mean, he'll let me know, like, yeah, it's cool, Dad. Go ahead and grab me. Nah, you ain't touching me today, dude. You, like you said, you got to learn your animal. You got to read the signs that animal's giving you.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, know your animals.
And you know, that's just it. And with retics, it's a little different. Is you have 1 year to get a bond with them. That first year is the biggest year to bond with a retic. So that's what I've been
One
doing
get
since I got with as hatchlings. I've been every day. You know, I mean, except for you know, usually I give them a day off after they eat or whatever. But and I don't care if it's 5-10 minutes a day. And they're hook trained.
Hey,
You
and
know,
that's
I hook.
like I tell people. Like I got somebody got a snake to me. The snake was a little bit on a, you know, it was a baby. Just broke that 100-gram wall, so I got rid of him. And he was a little on the aggressive side. You know what I mean? He was just scared. New home, new environment, new people, scared. And they're like, man, I can't get this snake. Like, it tries to eat me alive, Todd. Like, what's going on? I was like, man, are you all trying to bond with him? Or, like, are you just throwing rats in? What's going on? You know what I mean? Like, trying to find out why his snake's doing this. Because he wasn't doing it here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I asked them, like, you know what I mean? And they were like, no, we're not really doing much. You know what I mean? Like you said, we changing feeding water. And I'm like, man, you gotta bond with that snake. You gotta let that snake know your scent. You know what I mean? So what I told them to do is the snake bag, pillow bag trick. You know what I mean? Put the snake in the snake bag, tie him up, set him in your lap. And you even, you know what I mean, do it consistently. Every day, every other day. That way that snake gets the scent. You know what I mean? He gets, like, he knows it's cool. You know what I mean? He gets that security feeling, if you want. What you got there, honey?
Well, not only that, you know, like with monitors, they're completely different. You know, when I got my monitor, you know, I got rid of it. The guy said he'd never seen a Nile monitor that tame, but you know, I'd go sit by his enclosure every day. You know, not handling him, first getting him to know that, hey, he ain't gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? And then as you'd open the door, I could get where I could feed him. You know what I'm saying? You know, but not go in his enclosure to where he's at to scare him. You know, let him come to me. And then over
Give him
time,
a
yeah,
space.
he'd bit me. You know, when I'd hold him, he'd bite me a little bit. Big deal. I didn't wear gloves because don't wear gloves. That just makes it worse. They're a little animal. You know, yeah, it might hurt. Who cares? But after time, I could pick him up, dude. And you know, and I mean, he was just as you know. Oh, you can't get a Nile monitor tame. Bullshit, you can't. You know, you can if you work with it and you do it the right way. But when you go in there and grab it away from its tree or where it feels safe, yeah, it's not going to like you. They're completely different than snakes, you know. So I mean, you got to build that trust with them. You know, it's all about that trust. You know.
It's like, you know, like we would, like the beginning of the line. we was talking about putting in the time. Like it's like I tell a lot of people, key of being a keeper, being a breeder is putting in the time. Putting the hours on the internet. Putting the work in with the animals.
But
That's one thing
it
I
is
could
true.
never stress enough. Put the time in, put the work in.
But I mean, I agree with the reptile shows and even the pet stores. I see, roughneck monitors, Nile monitors, Savannah monitors, all kinds of snakes, dude. And educate these people if they don't know that this little baby Nile monitor
Exactly.
is going to get 8 foot long.
We'll be bigger than the pig.
It'll eat a baby pig. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let them know that because it'll send them to the hospital when it chomps its hand. You know what I mean? They don't. All they look at is money,
Quickly.
money. Impulse buy it. And then what happens?
Another thing to buy.
They are there. You find them on. You find them on Craigslist or whatever for sale. Mean.
Yeah. You know why they're trying to get rid of them?
Because they never handle them. They're mean.
Yeah, exactly. Up here at this county fair, man, they was doing a goldfish thing. I think the goldfish game's a good game for the kids. You know what I'm saying? And well, come find out, man, they was doing green iguanas. You could win a green iguana. You could be a 4-year-old kid, walk up, throw a ping pong, and win you an iguana. Yeah, baby iguanas were only about like this at the time. But you all know just as well as I do. Them things will get as big as a pit bull. Will whip the pit bull. You know what I mean?
The tail whip you too, and they bite. They can get in their claws are aggressive, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
will mess you up.
I think there needs to be more education, because that's
my iguanas all did something different. One would do a tail whip, one would smack you with its claws, one would try to bite you.
Right.
They were all different.
Yeah, I mean,
all of it hurt.
I'm getting bad.
But you can have one that's nice and then go in there one day and he's just in that mood to, hey, leave me alone, I mean,
exactly.
Or just not even in there.
Yeah. And somebody tells you, iguana won't tear you up, he'll tear you up,
Man, my cousin Randy Pilot, man, he was the iguana man. Like he always had iguana. Like he had one, man. If this thing wasn't close 7, 8 foot, man, he wasn't even. He was a big boy. And people, hey, he had this iguana using a cat litter box. That was its toilet. It wouldn't use the bathroom anywhere, but in a cat litter box, man. But this thing, like this one couch, he bought this couch where and this iguana was laying on the back of the couch and would, pulling in them sun rays. Well, this iguana would only let one person sit on that couch, and that was Randy, my cousin. Anybody else went to sit on that couch, that iguana would hit you with that tail and run you up out there. That was it, you know what I mean? When I was younger, I really never understood why, but now I kind of do. That was him keeping it. That was his territory.
Right.
Or she, or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
They get attached to one owner, or they can.
Right. What do you got? What are you holding there?
The male Mojave.
Yeah, there you go. I see it now. Nice boy.
He was my second snake, and I was scared to death of him.
Huh. How much you weigh?
I got you now, man.
He weighs 1,200 now.
Heck yeah, nice. Perfect.
I'm trying to get a good.
Yeah, I love the dorsal stripes on the Mojave.
I went through the whole wearing gloves shit, all that. I was afraid of this guy. Never cleaned his cage. Now I can hold his head. Yeah, whatever.
Well, snakes, they can they can sense fear too. You know, I mean, they, you know,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, when I went to get that berm, that guy, he said, "Can you come to my house?" He goes, I can't get it out of the cage." I was like, "Oh, here we go." You know, I'm getting a
Yeah,
big
you
ass
already know what that
10-foot
is.
Burmese that he can't get out of the cage. So I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come get it." You know, so he cut me a discount for going all the way over. I could tell he wasn't cleaning it out. You know what I mean? Because of the, um, you know, he was scared of it. You know, and I I went
Nice.
over there, and dude, he come up like that, was watching me, or she, you know. I However, reached right in there and grabbed her out of there, you know. I mean, just go for it, you know. As gentle as can be, but he was
Sometimes you
scared
got to, man.
because, you know, because he was scared because the way that's just a berm, you know. Now, you know, you
Yeah.
don't want to stare like a retic down, but I mean, berms are completely different, dude, you know. I mean, I grabbed her out of there and I put my hand on her neck. I looked at her mouth, everything, you know what I mean? I mean, she was tame. I said, well, he goes, my buddy left her here. He said, sell her. He ain't been back in 6 months. I said, well, did he ever handle her? Oh, yeah. Did you? No.
Oh,
I was like, well, you had to get it out of that cage, you know? I mean, the cage was nasty, dude. Just one of them deals, but you got to
I know
save
the
them. Like,
feeling though.
yeah, I
You
mean, you know, they're hard. I mean, if you don't know nothing about them big snakes and how to read them, dude, you might think they're friendly and they'll get your ass. I mean, you got to, I rubbed its head a little bit first because, you
And the
know,
strike range, man.
yeah,
Well, people they
I mean,
underestimate their strike range.
oh, yeah. But I knew if something went wrong, well, I was hoping I had him there to get my back, you know, at least try to unwrap it from me, you know. But I mean,
Yeah, it's like you got to help me
And
a
see,
little
that's
bit
the
here.
key thing. Like, a lot of people. Now, when it comes to them big snakes, I do agree that when like your retics, your berms, your anties and stuff like that, that every keeper should have backup when they're messing with them big ones.
right. But she was
You know what I mean?
good.
Like
She
you
was good.
said, Dick, you know what I mean? One wrong step, you know what I mean? And next thing you know, I mean, them things are powerful, man. People are underestimated.
Yeah, but they're not as strong as that goddamn 9-foot bow I had. That's something that that was the only bow I had, dude. Let me tell you what, that was all muscle.
Now,
I
see,
never had
man,
something stronger. I was
like
like,
my bow
geez,
compared to my balls, you can tell the strength difference, man. It's crazy. It's a whole
yeah.
different squeeze, ain't it?
When she hit a jumbo rat, she shook her whole cage.
damn.
Dude, that's huge. When
I'm
this
not
dude
lying. I'm
reaches
like,
through, you'll think he's trying to go through the wall.
yeah. She hit that one. She bit it right on the butt. I'm talking triple extra large jumbo. Grabbed
Wow.
it from the butt live. In time I opened the door, she had it wrapped up so many times it couldn't have bit her. She killed it instantly. You know, I was like, oh god, because I'm thinking, here I gotta get in with this. You know, here this gonna be a fight with the
Yeah.
boa and a goddamn big rat. But no, she took care of it. So they're garbage disposal, dude. They are. But I can't.
Man,
I couldn't read. She's hard to read. She was very hard to read for me. I can read Python, but I can. Boas are too hard to read for me.
now see, this is like what with this dude. Like I was telling you, man. Like I've been hook training him since day one. Since the day he come home, it's a hook, hook, hook. I don't open that tote without a hook. I mean, like, dude, I got the label maker, man. Like I got Mean. His name's Mean Machine. So that should tell you right there. His nickname's Mean Machine. You know what I mean? Like I got my little boy. I got the CB70 from the BE Reptile Basic Racks, and I
Yep.
like this right here. He is the only snake that has a dog pin in it. Because man, when somebody opens him, I already know what it's going to be.
Yeah, and they rub. You can watch them snakes in the big enclosure. You go in there and check on them when the lights are off, turn them on. They're going around the doors with their face,
Certainly.
checking for anywhere they can maybe push or get out. It's crazy.
Yep.
I'm like, what the heck's that noise? You know, but
And the
the
power
more
is,
you
man.
know, But yeah, but Todd, when I had her in that big enclosure and she'd eat and I'd be messing with my other snakes, I'd turn around. She would let go of it with her mouth and still be coiled on it, and she would stretch out to the front of the cage and look at me with the rat still coiled up and periscope at me like, "What? You want some? You want some?" I'm like, I
My
didn't even
gopher
look at
snake
her.
does that all the time.
I just put a cover over the window. I'm not even gonna look at you. Trying to intimidate me like that, you know, like I was like, dang, look at this dang snake, you know.
Yeah, the
But
gopher snake always wraps him up and then looks at you with his head.
yeah, but it's funny when you got, you know, like, what the heck are you doing? Why are you worried about what I'm doing? I don't know what happened to Todd. He didn't pass out, did he?
I'm not sure what happened.
I can see the light up there.
Yeah, did he fall over or what? What do you got over there, Hiley?
Maybe he froze.
Yeah, he looks frozen. He's been breaking up a lot over on my end.
Yeah, that's why I wonder. I was like, what happened there? So, how long you been keeping snakes? A couple years?
Me, yeah, last Easter, Easter 2019. I bought me a little banana from a box store,
Right.
and that started the whole thing.
Kind of like tattoos.
It
They're
always
addicted, isn't
starts
it?
with that one.
But I mean, I've always done iguanas back east. I used to be in Boston, and I had a iguana refuge, and I really like the iguanas and shit. And
Right.
I brought it up to my wife, and my wife's like, "No, we're not getting any iguanas." She's like, "Why don't you get a snake or something?" And so I did.
Little did she know.
I did the or something part.
Heck yeah, they do too.
But I
Oh, that's
started
all
out
right.
with the
That's all right,
I
Todd.
started out with the juvenile, and then I went to the bigger snakes. I just bought them ready to go. And once I did that, my fear of the snakes just went away. Once I had the bigger ones under control, the little ones were just ridiculous. And now, of course, they all are. I mean, they're ball pythons.
Yeah, the little ones like to bite, but they just want to be tough. And it's funny when you see like a big grown ass dude and scared of like a little baby hatchling trying to bite him. Like, dude, it's not even gonna hurt you. You know, you're like,
Yeah.
ah.
I
Yeah,
understand
Heather
the
explained
feeling,
it
but
right with the little snakes, they feel like Velcro.
yeah. Cool, Todd. I'm glad you joined in. It was awesome.
did he
Yeah,
get
it's an
back in?
investment. I think he completely lost service. So he's yeah, it's an investment.
They feel like Velcro.
So how many you plan on getting?
The little teeth.
Oh.
How many snakes do I plan on getting?
Yeah, is there a number you want to hit? I mean, a cap limit there, or
I don't know. I'm pretty compulsive in OCD and whatnot. Plan on building a full facility, like Justin's. I want a warehouse.
I hear you. Heck yeah.
What I want, what I get, I don't know.
Yeah.
But right now, if I can get the ones that I want, if I can get the cherry bombs going, I'll have the Mojaves, the cherry bombs, the albinos. I'll have enough. Or I don't think I'm going to have to really look for many more snakes. I'm just going to end up acquiring them or holdbacks or whatever.
Right.
But I don't want to buy like 200 snakes or nothing. But as long as I end up with what I want to end up with at the end.
Right. And doing your own thing, following your own path. I mean, that's the big thing. Everybody wants to try to chase these big time breeders. Do your own thing. What you like,
Yeah, I'm happy with just the Mojaves and whatnot. I mean, because if I get the white snakes with the red eyes and the white snakes with the black eyes and the white snakes with the blue eyes, I mean, those are all sure sellers.
They're going to sell. Everybody likes it.
Sure.
And same with the normals. Normals, too. I mean, people need to buy them, and they're cheap. Or people want to buy them, and they're cheap.
How you doing today, Will? Thank you for joining the live stream. Kentuckiana Exotics. he's a
Welcome,
good
welcome,
ninja.
welcome.
Good friend. Good guy right there. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's
I'm gonna throw a battery in my vape real quick.
all right. Will, did you want to get on the live stream?
He said he's not here.
Oh, he's here. He could probably tell you a lot of stories about the good, the bad, and ugly side of this hobby. All right, buddy. I'm just glad you stopped in and said hi.
All right.
Yeah, Justin don't know what to do back there.
What do you mean?
You see, that's what happens when he gets that little office area now and that comfy chair he sits back there. He slows him
Now,
down a little bit.
I'm a sponge, just learning things, listening.
When he used to sit on his little stool in the reptile room, he was up, down, all over the place.
right?
It's comfortable right here.
Yeah, and it probably got a fan blowing right on you too, don't you?
I do right here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, wife and I both
one over there and one
quit
over
our
here.
jobs. Both of us quit good jobs to do this. So she always wanted to be a vet too. So we're gonna try to tie it all together. She wants to take care of animals.
That'd be cool.
Heck yeah, man, that's a big commitment, ain't it? Quit both jobs and
Oh, good job. See, I work for the state, and she works at a grocery store, but she's been there 15 years.
right.
But
Wow.
it's time, man. It's time to go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, I've seen a lot of people doing that here not too long, and then just, I mean, it's time for him to go, I mean, this one guy, he said 15 or 16 years on the Oklahoma State Patrol, had 4 left to get his 20. He said, fuck it, I'm done. And they just gave up everything and kind of like homesteading, do some blogs here and there. But I mean, big decision. I mean, that was, wow, I mean,
Yeah,
wasn't like
that's what we're doing.
wasn't like he was Ozzie Boyd's and he had such a good collection that he could quit 100 or 6-figure job, every year, I mean,
Right.
but Ozzie will tell you he has a small collection, and then he'll tell you that he bred 95 clutches too. So,
Oh, like Trump's small loan.
yeah,
Got a small $1 million loan from my dad.
yeah. Well, I mean, he did a lot with it, I guess.
Well, everything's just changing because of the COVID. Like
Yeah, I mean,
it's time, man. With all the benefits that are out there right now, there are a lot of people that are in bad situations, and I mean, it's not like we're going to be the only ones that don't have jobs right now.
all right, Blackbird, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think I've drawn unemployment once in the last 12 years, or so, and here I've been off for 4 months, dude. I don't know what to do because, man, I'm used to working 10, 12-hour days every day of the week, dude. And it's,
Right.
I mean,
Sucks.
always wanted a vacation, but this is ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah. It's way ridiculous.
Yeah, for me it is, I mean, I'm a workaholic, dude. I'm an iron worker. I love what I do, man. It's in my blood, and I push hard. I'm superintendent, and I push hard and I push my guys hard, but they get rewarded in the end, bonuses and stuff, and then you go to nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
so I'm kind of lost. I thought I could do it, but I can't yell at the wife like I do the guys at work. That only lasted one day, and then I got told that she wasn't an iron worker, not to talk to her like that. So,
Right.
so
I can't imagine, man, because I've been working since this all started. I was feeding seniors, and I've only been out of work 3 days. Last Friday was my last day, and I already don't know what to do with myself. I mean, besides the move, but I mean, I couldn't imagine how you guys feel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough because there's years I just took my vacation pay and pay, because I ain't got time for that.
Right.
I got scheduled to meet. I'm dedicated, I'm one of them guys, whatever it takes. And now it's just like, now, you wonder what's going, when it's going to go back,
Right.
I don't know, I'm kind of lost, but I know my garage I clean it. Oh, well, it's pretty dirty now, so I'll be out there cleaning it tomorrow because I ain't got nothing else to do. So,
Oh yeah, my yard looks good.
I dirty it up just so I got something to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm doing. Maybe I'm doing this just so I can keep my mind off other shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But I always jump in both feet. Everything I do. If it's iguanas, I go from 1 to 14 or whatever. I just have to jump in. Because the more I learn, the more I get fascinated by it. Like the more I'm researching all this shit, and I'm getting into rats now. I never even liked rats before. I freaking love them now. All the fancy rats are our pets.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
anyway,
worst part.
the more I learn, the more I
man, and
want.
it's hard to not get attached to the little suckers.
Yeah.
Right? Not the mice, though. I hate the mice.
I hear you.
Well, the rats, I could take the rats out and put them on the floor and call them by name, and they'll come back. The mice, if they get out, they're just gone.
Yeah, they're gone. That's
Heather,
true.
if I live closer, I'd be over here gladly doing all that for you.
But I'm serious though. All my fancy rats, every single one of them, I can let them out, and they'll come running if I call them. Because my wife lets them out. My wife puts them on harnesses and shit.
Well, that's cool though. If they get out, you just call them back, throw them in the tub, call it good.
Yeah. Yeah, we call it free time. Let them all out to have free time. See how many babies we end up with.
Yeah, it's bad when because like I got that OCD too. Like I'll start pulling out, a laser transit and shit when I start hanging pictures. You know what I'm saying? Because I make sure everything's goddamn it. I lay it on. I find the center of the wall and how many pictures. I'm doing on, and it drives. I'm like, no, it's got to be perfect. I got the red laser shining all the way around. I know where everything's perfectly at. Lay it out.
Well, okay, so we were talking about how to keep the African soft furs from escaping.
Right.
I don't know how to turn my camera around, but
yeah, that's fine.
They always get up in the hopper, so Justin was putting wire in his, and with my OCD and whatnot, I couldn't do just wire, so I ended up making this freaking box
Yeah,
thing.
you make complete lids for them.
Yeah,
right.
So now I got lids on all my shit.
Yeah, because if you run a hide, those little suckers will get out of that half inch. There's like,
but I mean, but that's just my OCD. Like I could just put wire
the
in
right
it.
size.
Shit, I'd be having like little hinges on there, so I could lift it up like a little hinge door and back down and latch it.
I was trying to figure out how to make it slide in and out like the drawer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Put a couple little rails up on the side, you'd be perfect.
Well, yeah, you just put rails on the top and.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, none of that's necessary, but that's how my mind goes, though.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Well, if I can do this, why don't I do this?
Yeah, it took me a little while to figure out where mine were coming from, but it right out of that food in that half inch, man.
I watch them. It's freaking fascinating.
Yeah.
They seem to be able to get out easier than get back in, though.
Right.
After they've had a pellet or two.
Well, yeah, that's everything's always easier.
Yeah, like I said, there's only a few days they're the right size to get out of there. to where they can get up there and they can get out. There's only a few days, you know.
Yeah, but I have so many different various sizes in there that once those ones are big enough, the next batch is right behind them.
Yeah, they're right behind him. Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. All right, Justin. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back on. Amuse the chat for a little bit.
Amuse the chat for a little while.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Wake up and
Hey, we're back to 12 people. You better get to running this show. Now, what's going on? Now we can have a good time. He's finally gone.
But all the little wingling ones that can get up into the hopper,
Yeah.
they've all been dying, and I don't know why. I lose probably 5 or 6 a week.
Wow, I wonder why. Are they not getting enough food?
I don't think they're getting enough water, but
See, do you have a watering system or do you use bottles?
I use the bottles, but I found these man, I wish I knew how to work my camera better. I found these little tiny baby bottle things that are pretty long.
Yeah.
So I put them in here too.
And I know when I got little ones running around, I'll throw food down in there a little bit.
Yeah, they get plenty of food and water. I saw them eating those pine pellets, so I got rid of those because they were eating them. But I got rid of those last week, and I still had 3 die this week, or well, at least one today.
I've never eat them before.
They're slowing down. Like the little tiny ones, I hold them in my hand and they almost fall asleep. They just kind of like just run out of batteries.
Well, they are kind of lethargic at that age anyway, but I've never had them die like that, a bunches of them or nothing. That's weird.
Well, the parents, when I first bought the colony, the parents were pretty sickly. I mean, the moms, they couldn't even open their eyes. But I've already fed them.
Do you think they got something genetic or?
Well, that colony's gone now. Now all I have is all the babies. So all the bigger ones, they seem to be pretty healthy. It's just this here recently, ever since I put in that pine, I don't know, maybe the other ones just are the ones that are left over that already ate some. I don't know.
Is the pine you're using, is it kiln dried and all that?
No. Well, I bought it at the store. I bought it for cat. It was a cat litter box freshener shit. But it said it didn't have any scents or any kind of poisons or anything like that in it. So I thought it would be okay. It's probably the brand I got.
Yeah, I'd worry about the bedding because I know with mine, see, because I know a lot of people just use pine, but I use aspen for where the moms are because if I use the pine, the little baby's feet get all red and funky. So I use aspen in with the moms and the babies.
That's all I use now is aspen. But I took, because aspen's pretty expensive here, I took shredded paper and I mix now 50% aspen, 50% shredded paper.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder why they're dying.
I just started that this week though. Try to save a little money.
Yeah. Well,
maybe I pulled them out too soon too. I might have pulled them out too soon, but I wait until that they're walking around, their eyes are open and they're walking around. Not like they're drunk, but like they're actually moving around. And then I take them out. And I don't know, maybe I'm doing it too soon.
Yeah, you should leave them in there for at least a month.
Well, they have so many damn babies. I want to let the little ones get some, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave them alone. Let natural selection.
Well, yeah, I would well, depending on how, if you're just waiting until they just start opening their eyes and running around, that's probably a little too soon to take from their mom.
Right. That's kind of the conclusion I'm coming toward.
For what, the ASFs?
Yeah.
Oh, you stay
all
out
my
of
little
this.
weaklings are dying off.
You know, when I was over
all his little babies are dying.
When I was over at Donnie's, you know, he don't pull them out I mean,
Yeah,
dude,
he leaves them in there a long time.
dude, I mean, I bet when you look in there, there's a 50, 60, 70 ASFs in there. He lets them get up big to where they're almost and pulls them because he said they thrive better.
All right,
And he's got
I'll
all
try
different
that.
sizes in there, you know.
Yeah, see, he's saying he takes his out right when they start walking around and open their eyes. And it's
Oh
like, no,
no,
I think that's too soon.
did they have all their hair and everything on them?
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah,
they're not like drunk. They're not walking around all drunk or nothing. They're pretty well cruising around by the time I pull them. But I do pull them pretty young.
Probably when they're about the size of a fuzzy rat, or when I pull them.
Right.
I mean, let them get a little bigger, you know what I mean? Because his thrive like that, dude. I mean, he opens them up there everywhere, and then as he has to,
Well, yeah, he leaves them in there so long. He's got babies being in his grow out bins.
and his grow out, but yeah, he'll open his grow out tubs and be babies in there. But I mean, that's just they're just producing that good, though. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely leave them in there a little bit longer.
right? Yeah, because I mean, I'm just learning about them too. But I mean, from him, I mean,
Well, the only reason I was pulling them so early is because of YouTube. I saw somebody was saying that if they have so many babies, all the little ones won't get enough from their mom. So you got to get rid of the bigger ones so the little ones have a chance or whatever.
Yeah, you do got to be careful with that because you'll get like the little ones will get way too far underneath and they'll get squished.
That's
well,
what
I
I was
mean,
afraid of. That's
big
why
a
I've been
tub they
pulling them so young.
how big a tub they in?
I got them in the cement tubs, the big mixer.
You should be fine because Donnie's got them clear tubs, so you're fine.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Sweet.
I'd leave them in there a little. I'd leave them in there longer, a little longer. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
because I
sure.
just started African soft furs. We've been doing fancy rats for most of the year that
Right.
we've been doing this. And then I finally got a hold of some African soft furs. Because in Utah, they're hard to find.
Yeah, some states you can't even have them.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Utah might be one of them.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I'm going back to Colorado, though.
they can have them there.
That's where I got mine. There's a lot of them there.
And it probably could be, you know.
So anyway, I'm super new at the African soft furs. But I've got my whole collection on them now.
Right. You got your whole collection on them?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have been doing the ASS one week and then doing a rat so they make sure they don't get stuck on that ASF, you know what I mean?
Well, a lot of mine, well, two of mine anyway, they won't eat anything. They hit that 1,000-gram wall and they stopped eating. And so
Right.
I put them on the African soft furs. Now they won't go back to nothing else.
Right.
The other ones are still eating both, but I'm not sure how long. They like the African soft furs a lot more.
Oh yeah.
They're like crack.
Yeah, I was afraid to give them to them.
That's their natural meal.
Yeah,
though,
that
you know?
is what I mean. That's what they're eating in the wild when they're out hunting and naturally in the wild. That's what they're looking for. That's the prize.
And I don't have to size them. I mean, what I'm doing is one a week. They get one.
Yeah.
I don't even know what size they are. I don't weigh them. Just the biggest ones I can find in the bin. That's what they get.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. The smaller the snake, you can kind of pick and choose. But after a while, you just get the biggest ones, throw them in there.
Yeah, that's how I do it. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's what I'm doing.
Well, they'll never grow too big for a full-grown ball python.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah, all mine are over 700 grams now, except for the new babies I'm getting.
They say the same thing about guinea pigs, like retics and berms, because they're good in protein and everything, but sometimes they get stuck on them and they don't want to eat nothing else but a guinea pig. You know what I mean?
That'll get expensive.
And yeah, guinea pigs are expensive when you order them, so. But you can feed them jumbo rats.
Become a guinea pig breeder. don't think I've ever met a guinea pig breeder.
Oh yeah, I mean you see them. I'll see some people giving them away and this and that, and I'm like, eh. But you can go on to like I don't know if it's Rodent. I don't know who does it. You know, if it's Cold Blood Cafe or Rodent Pro or who, but they sell guinea pigs and chicks and quails. You know, or you can go to monster feeders. They'll ship you a crate of pigs and rabbits and stuff like that. You know, but I mean, you don't really have to feed them that. You know, you can feed them rats every week. You know, and they'll grow. You know, probably better for them. You know what I mean? I think people that do that just don't want to feed them, but once a month or twice a month. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what they're shooting there. They're shooting for that longer routine of having to feed them.
But I mean, if you're giving them like just a small baby pig that's born, you know, that's really no bigger than a rabbit or smaller. You know, really, you know what I'm saying?
Pig's thick though.
Well, not if you're buying them frozen thawed.
Well, yeah, but I mean they're still thick. They got a lot of density to them.
Right. Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, if your snake won't eat them, you always got bacon, right?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, everybody kept looking at me crazy when all this COVID first started, and I was like, "Hey, if things get crazy, I got rat burgers at my house."
Shit, I know how to fish and hunt. I ain't never starve.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna eat prairie dogs where I'm going.
There you go. Hell yeah. Had to break
How
for
fast do they breed?
second dinner, he said. Second, not his first dinner, second dinner.
The other white meat.
Plus, you know, everybody knows why everybody moves to Colorado.
Exactly.
And it ain't for the Girl Scout cookies.
Well, it is for the Girl Scout cookies, but it's in a different
you're
form.
right. Yeah, I've had some Girl Scout cookies, and
Exactly. I was just gonna say, no, you were on point with the Girl Scout cookies.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right there. That is good. Prairie dogs will give you monkeypox, just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they said. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait till 2020 is over, man.
Dude, let me tell you what.
There ain't
I'm
nothing
hoping-
good about this year.
I hope next year's got to be better, dude. It's got to be better.
Whatever happened with those murder wasps? Those kind of disappeared quick.
Yeah.
I know, huh?
Maybe that
Like
was
a
a
big thing for
diversion
about
of
2 days.
something else going on.
Yeah. Who knows?
From that to Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I almost think they pull up all this shit just to keep us in other directions while they're doing other bullshit.
They do this during election time, it seems like.
Well, that's what they were saying. They were saying, yeah, you don't have to worry about a cure for the COVID. It'll be over on November 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
There'll be no need for it after that.
Well, they got that painted on one of these dang streets down here, and it's in the. I guess they used to call it Black Wall Street back in the day until, I guess, they went in there and burned them and killed a bunch of black people or whatever. I don't know. Back in the day, I didn't do it, so I don't really care. It wasn't, you know, you can't be mad at me because I didn't do it, you know, and you can't be mad because you didn't live in that area either. So, but anyway, they painted across the street. Well, you know, now they're protesting. We don't want you to take it up. We don't want to take it up. Well, dude, it's state property. Okay, if all I have to do is say I want to put my logo down on the goddamn street, you say I can't do it, I'm going to sue you because it's racism. So now that's pretty much what they're telling them. If you know, you got to pull it up, because if not, I mean, you know,
Okay,
then I'm going to go out there and paint my name on the road. Don't think I won't. I'll paint it huge too. When cop says what you doing, I'm saying I'm putting my logo down so everybody can read it.
You know you're gonna paint mine instead.
my
animal.
animal. My animal.
You know that's
What's
an
up, Rob?
adorable video.
What's up, Rob? Driving, been listening. I could put a commercial break on here real quick, Justin. See what you think of this one. Anybody interested in snakes?
Freaking fancy pants. Look at that shit.
Nice.
Y'all interested in any of them? Just drop me an email. There you go.
If
You gotta
anybody's
get
interested
Justin
in
to
the
do your
snake going by
commercial.
the screen, please contact Irondogg Reptile.
Yeah, well, I did. So the last clutch is 2 pastels. We're thinking 2 fireflies, 1 fire pin for sure, possibly 2. Waiting on that last one to shed out and see if it's a pinstripe or fire
And that's
pin.
crazy. All 6 are females?
And I'm 99% sure they're all female.
Yeah.
So, but I do know that no fireflies will be available for sure. And one's sold already. And I don't know about the other one if I'm going to keep it, but I'm a fire pin. I don't know, so I might sell it though too. So
Ain't nobody want one. I'll make my own.
I hear you. What'd you pick up today, Josh?
Josh got that big?
Yeah, I wish I could toilet train them retics. So have y'all ever had a ball python? Just you could hear it farting it while it's pooping and stuff. I mean, like almost like this.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I got this one girl, and
It's gross sometimes.
when she shits, it's like she shits over the whole goddamn. I mean, I'm like, and she's a ball python. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like she's holding her butt up and just spraying the whole sides and everything.
Isn't it amazing when you think it can't get any worse? You open up a tub and then it does.
Tub hell, I'm sitting there. I was like, what the hell does that sound? I'm like, what the heck? And then she just like, oh, well, no big deal. I'm thinking, you dirty bitch, you know.
Yeah, that's oh yeah. Well, that the snakes will run Trish right out of the room. I'll open up a tub. She's like, "Oh my god!" And it's like, yeah, it's not pleasant at all.
Oh, yeah, them are the worst because, I mean, it's just nothing but diarrhea. I mean, anal explosion. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? Oh,
Oh, it's rough.
and it's only 1 or 2 that'll do that once in a while to me. I think they do it just because they know it pisses me off, you know.
They know it's cleaning day.
Yeah. No, it was after you clean them. You know, I mean, they'd already got clean. They're like, ha ha, you know, like a retail.
Oh yeah, I got a girl in there now. I just cleaned last night, and it's a big old explosion in the back of the cage. I was like, great.
All right, here you go. 2 jeans. If someone can guess those 2 jeans in 10 minutes, I'll do a sticker giveaway on this slide. I'd say it's a blackhead inchy.
No, hold on. Oh, 2 jeans. Yeah, it's got to be something blackhead.
I would think blackhead.
Yeah, it's got to be. I still haven't got a sticker from that guy. I don't think he likes me much.
Oh, I mean, I can understand that.
I sent him 2 shirts. Blackhead. Yeah, I bet blackhead inchy or something.
Blackhead is 1. I knew blackhead was 1. Is it an expensive snake?
Rob could be right too. Rob could be right on there.
I was thinking bongo or blackhead.
It's not funny. Yeah, it's. Huh. I keep on thinking like of his videos if he got any hints in there or anything, if he said anything. I don't remember.
It's hard to it's hard to know because
If you send me an address, I'll send you a stamp for him.
he said he had them. Oh, it's not the LSR fire. It's probably the um.
Ring your Gene.
Damn, a blackhead area. Man, he'd have to drop some cash on that thing. Has the buyer got a morph market? What's his name? I need to go look at morph market real quick.
I'm going to look at more of Mike real quick.
I hear you. That's what my analytics say too.
Starts with an M. What do your analytics say?
I have more men watching than females.
Oh yeah, I'm like, I think only 3% of females watch my channel.
Blackhead, Mojave, blackhead. Oh,
Then it
geez.
starts with an M.
Oh yeah, monsoon. Oh my god. Yeah, I figured you got it from Hardwire Exotic. Oh. Blackhead Mystic. Or Blackhead Mahogany.
But it's ready.
We'll just bring it. Okay. It was good, man. Did he ever tell us, or is he just? What the
It's
hell?
a different fire line.
Oh, here.
Justin's looking on Morph Market, I can tell.
I'm not looking on Morph Market.
He probably got it on an Instagram post. Probably what you're doing.
Mahogany.
That's what I was wondering. It wasn't. It's a different fire line. Blackhead.
That didn't help. Never mind.
Start the image. Blackhead Magma.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. That's what I guess.
Oh.
Starts with the M and ends with an A. Magna. Now you know Justin's looking at Morph Market because he doesn't know all these genes. Blackhead
I don't have a
Mystic.
clue. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you know Justin's looking at it.
I told you I was trying to look at it, but I have no idea what I'm looking for. So.
He's right there on goddamn Morph Market looking up these things. I can tell you he is. Who wants to buy a vowel?
I have no idea what to search for though. So well, oh yeah, here.
Mocha,
As soon as
maybe.
right before I find it, he'll tell us in the chat. I'm sure. Was it a mocha?
Meta. Look at Justin getting you look at him.
No, I quit looking. I can't find it.
No, Mr. J. I'm sorry, I keep calling him Justin. Mr. J. He's sitting there naming all these jeans off. You know he's looking on his computer at home.
Oh.
Four letters. M blank blank A. Wow, I don't know. Bye, Val.
Yeah, no.
Mida. Mida.
Oh, Jesus, man, just tell us.
That's a sticker giveaway.
What?
It starts with an
Oh,
M.
that's right. I forgot
Ends
he's
with
doing
an
a
A.
sticker.
Four letters. Bye, Val. Musa, or however you say it.
Now it's MO-A.
Yeah, Moja. Moda. MOTA. MODA. Moho. Blackhead Moho. Sherry wins. What you say? I said Moda. Oh, I guess I don't count. I'm the host.
Yeah, you don't count.
I don't count. That's all right. That's all right. Right there's the Spartan Reptile sticker.
You got one?
Yeah.
I don't have one. I'm kind of pouting a little bit, too.
There's only one bad thing. It's only for U.S. residents only. We can't ship out of the States to Canada.
Oh, come on. The stamp's
Mr.
only $1.20.
And Mr. J don't win because he was cheating on his computer. How to send your reptiles in the mail.
Didn't TNT just do that?
Hell, everybody's gonna watch a video. It don't matter. I gave Josh a bunch of suggestions the other night. I don't know. I don't know if you can send to Canada. I know that Honey Reptile's been waiting on that snake for a few months because of they can't ship nothing out of there. You know what I mean? Because of the COVID stuff. Mr. J goes, nope. I was just guessing. Only thing you know starts with the M is the Mojave.
We got 2 winners now.
Gotta have a backup.
Now I know where to email them to. I'm going to email them too. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, because sending him a DM on Instagram, you know.
Yeah, that's way easier on the Instagram.
Mahogany. And he said you'll send them out with Justin. So he's got your stickers.
We'll see.
How many racks you got back there for rats? These pythons.
Oh, you're talking to me?
How many
I'm always facing it.
how many rat racks you got?
I just have the one that I built with the cement tubs, and then I got some
you.
TGR shit. Well, I use all the TGR stuff for the fancy rats.
Heck yeah.
Well, because the ASFs, they're kind of mice, and I got the rat racks, not the mice racks. So
There's a guy out of Texas that's selling freedom breeder rat racks.
nice.
Like
Oh, see, look, Rob's been waiting on a sticker as well. Look at that.
real huge grow out tubs, you know, the big ones.
Right.
They're like 4 or 5 high. Yeah, he's got them there. They're like $2,200 or something like that.
Damn.
But you know, I mean, they're all stainless. They're big. You know, I don't know what they're all new, but
I like that stainless stuff.
It'd probably be. I mean, if I got one, it'd be cheaper on me to drive there than to have them probably ship it. You know,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure of that.
and he had lots of different kind of freedom breeder racks, which is kind of weird. You know, new ones. So I don't know if you know, maybe he went and who it was. You know, it didn't say a name or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I wish I could afford that shit.
yeah, that ain't no lie. That ain't
I've
no
seen
lie.
people making the DIYs with freedom breeder tubs though, instead of the cement tubs,
Right.
because they're shallower and the little winglings can reach the water easily or whatever.
Yeah, and then I've seen the big blue ones, like, you know, the big, huge grow-out blue tubs people use, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but that's what they were saying, that they're not going to no shows this year at all. They canceled every show Freedom Breeder did, and as of right now, they don't know about 2021. They'll have to wait and see what the virus is. So that they opted out of going to any show this year, what he said on his video. So that was a bad thing, you know. But you think if you know, you can get enough to put in a semi and say, hey, if y'all, I'll send a semi to wherever, you know, Chicago, whatever, you know, I'll ship them for free if y'all meet here and pick them up. You know what I'm saying? Even without, you know, having a show going on, you know, that's
Now,
really
I was thinking it might be kind of nice, like, say I bought a rack or something from you, and like whatever states are between us, we find all the breeders we know and just have it passed along, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Just get like a whole chain of them going, yeah.
Yeah, but see, what happened is I'd be the last one to get it, and I'd have to drop it off, and somebody else would have scratched it, and I'd get blamed for it.
Somewhere in the middle, I'd end up with it.
I'd be like, I never got no rack. I don't know what you're talking about.
But look at my new rack.
Look at my new room here.
Yeah.
That's what steers a lot of people from, especially over like where we live or East Coast is the shipping difference between ARS and Freedom Breeder because they're so far out, you know.
Right.
That it costs more to ship from California than it would be from over here. So,
Yeah, it'd be cheaper for me to go get them if I got Freedom Breeder.
right. I mean, or hell, I mean, if you just want to take a goddamn vacation for a week or whatever, go pick it up, you know. Screw it.
Oh yeah, road trips are always fun.
Go in there and maybe see his facility or whatever, you know. I mean, what the hell, you know? Meet up with some people on the way. Yeah, you can make a nice road trip out of it, you know.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I ain't fancy like that yet, though.
Right. All right, man. I gotta go get some packing done and shit.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I appreciate you stopping on, though, man.
Yeah, I'm really not set up. Like I said, I don't really know my way around videoing and all that. I could barely see myself. And
Ah, you can join us again. You'll get the hang of it.
Yeah,
yeah, I'll definitely get on. But I really enjoy hanging out with you guys, man. I met so many cool people already through you guys. So,
yeah.
Right on. That's
all right,
what
man.
we're trying to
Appreciate it.
do. We just want to link more people to get more education. To, you know, we can all be better keepers from it.
Yeah, and just laid back too. I mean, nobody's judging. Well, at least
Well,
until I
and
go away.
that's what we try to do here too. Is we're not no big name channels or nothing. We're just all just down there people, and you can feel comfortable chatting with anybody in here and not feel that you can't ask a question without being judged, because ain't nobody gonna judge you here. If they are, if I don't see it, I know I got some good
Yeah,
moderators
it's whatever works for you and the
that
animals, man. That's all that
gonna take
counts.
them out real quick. You know what I'm saying? That we ain't gonna listen to it. So
Right on. All right, cool. Good night, guys.
yes, sir.
Take care, man.
My Animal House.
You know you love that video.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. How long ago was that shot?
It was last year, I think.
Heck yeah. Well,
Yeah, it
guess
was
what?
last year about the same time because they came down because they come once a year, and yeah, it
So
was last year's vacation. So it was
I
about a year ago.
I ordered them stickers from Sticker Pro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first order, and then I never got a confirmation, so I went ahead and ordered 200 more from Sticker Pros USA.
Yeah, yeah.
So I DM'd Sticker Pro on Instagram and I said, "Hey, are y'all backed up or what? I ain't got my stickers. It's been X amount of 3 weeks or whatever, 2 weeks, whatever it been."
Yeah.
Well, they got back with me and they said, "Well, send me your order number," and I did. And as soon as I did that, they shipped them out today,
Oh, no shit.
which is fine. I mean, I'll have 300 stickers now, but I mean,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
just
they could have said something beforehand.
well,
Well,
no,
it's just
because
linger in there or something.
no, if I wouldn't have said nothing, it would have been on and on and on. Because if they would have said, "Well, it'll be another week or two," I was gonna say I want my money back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's funny. As soon as I said something, man, they were on it, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
But
maybe they forgot about it. Maybe it was in the works. They forgot, spaced it
well,
out or
I
something. You
mean,
never
there are
know.
some places are delayed because of the COVID. But
Yeah, yeah, shipping things out.
I mean, there was one guy that said that he's the only one working in one of them places. One of the sticker places I went to. He says because of that. But that
Yeah.
was the only
Well, some
time
of
I've
some
ever.
of those companies, it's kind of a 1 or 2 person job or business anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but other than that, I've never had a problem. But they're not my go-to no more because when I can get 200 stickers for $65 instead of 100, that's a no-brainer, dude. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, and you got my sticker. They're nice. So
Yeah.
unless they change vinyls or something, they should be fine.
No, I've talked to a couple other people said they said they're good. We'll do aqua balls. Give me on Instagram. If you go to my thing, DM me your address. I'll send you one out to you, buddy.
Yeah, DM me as well.
And but yeah, because it just seemed like it was here the last couple months. Their service went down, bad, and so whatever. But I mean, at least you can put it on your website that hey, we're delayed now because of this or that.
Yeah, things are going to be. I think Sticker Pros, I think they're all like a family unit because I don't think it slowed them down at all.
Sticker Pros.
Yeah.
I just say Sticker Pro USA because that's what the website is.
Yeah, yeah.
But, um, but
Yeah, they should have thought about that a little bit, especially on Instagram. It's like, and I've told people, many people about Sticker Pros with the S USA, and but on Instagram there's no USA on. It's just Sticker Pros, I think.
right, and that's
But I tell people, but they always look up Sticker Pro, so it's like,
well, if you do a message like I did to Rob, I put stickerprousa.com, it pops up. It pops up their logo and their website and everything. You can click right on it, you know. But I mean, that's the last order they'll get from me. But I mean, that's fine, you know. I mean, the only thing about Sticker Pro USA is I wish they gave you more selection for like Sticker Mule, man. You can get so much stuff. See it, Will. Appreciate it. You know, keychains and you can get your wall logos and floor logos.
I think a lot of that comes with time. I think the Sticker Mule's a lot. You know, they've been in the game a lot longer than some of them.
And if you do $100 worth of business, they give you free hot sauce. You know, yeah.
You can't go wrong with free hot sauce.
Yeah, free mule hot sauce. You know.
Yeah, Justin, I just seen that.
Yeah, I seen that too. Yeah, I'm about ready to get off here too. It's been about 3 hours, so.
Yeah, it is almost 3. I got dinner waiting. And actually, I wasn't gonna be on here too much longer anyway.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we almost did 3 hours. We're rolling.
Still got 10 people in the chat. No, I appreciate everybody staying in the chat and whatever. You know, it was a good subject, but I mean, I had to. Biggest thing was just letting everybody know what had happened, you know, and you know that I lost my retic, and it is what it is, you know. And
yeah, it sucks, but if we can learn something from it, or you know, or things to look out for and stuff like that, it's beneficial, I guess.
Well, you know, it is, but it just sucks. It don't matter, you know. It still sucks. So.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. That's for sure.
But
that's for sure.
That's part of this hobby, dude. So, but anyway, hey, I appreciate everybody being in here and everybody hanging in and everybody who joined the live with us tonight. And, you know,
it was an amazing live.
Josh, can't wait to see you here on the live with us here anytime. So, be great to have you on here. And Uber could come on here too. It'd be great to have both of you on here at the same time, actually.
Yeah, I mean, even if somebody wants to just come on for a couple of minutes and test it out and see, you know, if things are all good, just say something. It's no big deal if you pop in or out just to test it or whatever. Or just don't be shy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know Uber, he kind of got to do it at his shop. He got better internet, but, you know, y'all tell me whenever would be a good time for you, you know, and we'll try to set it up, you know, because hell, it'd be pretty cool. But other than that, I don't know if Justin's going live tomorrow. I'm not, so we'll see. If he does, he'll put out a notification. So
no, I probably not tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not. I got rat duty tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe Friday though. I got to help Trish with her video because she's going to be off the next couple of days, so we are going to work on that. Of course, you know, as soon as I told her I was going live, she's all, that's when I was going to do my video.
So you should have said it was
all
too
right,
late.
but I'm going to take off, everybody.
You should have said it's too. It don't matter. It's too late now. It's after 4. You done got called out on it.
Yeah, yeah, she was already out anyway. All right, everybody, I'm going to take off. Thanks everybody for showing up. I'm out. Take care and stay wild.
Peace, guys. Thanks for stopping in.